Hey there, EH. Welcome. I'm gonna say, I'm surprised I'm getting any people in here this early in the day, but I'm very glad that that I am. Um, it is coming upon Halloween, and for us here in the horror community and the movie community, Halloween's not a day; it's a month. It's a month because we do. I don't know about the rest of you guys. We do. A lot of us do tend to do the 31 days of horror challenge. That's kind of one of the big things with us. You can see I'm back in my movie library part right now, and the reason for that is because we're going to dive into here. I'm going to dive into online, looking at places like Amazon and such, because I want to talk to you guys about Malcolm. You're there. I was going to invite you. I didn't know if you were going to be available because I expected you to be walking. If you want to jump on, let me know. I thought we would look and prepare for Halloween. Because here's the thing, now is the time that we prepare. Now is the important time because next month we're watching. Next month we're watching stuff or we're waiting for stuff to come in. And a lot of the stuff that we're waiting for to come in is coming in later in the month. Yes, you'll definitely buy a lot in October. We know that, but most of that isn't going to be there for watching, or it's going to be there for the very last week of Halloween, if you're lucky. If it doesn't get pushed back, if it doesn't get delayed. So what I used to do every year is I would always just like have some stuff, and I choose some stuff, and some things my better half would surprise me with. Like here's just a perfect example of like 2 years in a row. So 2 years in a row, my better half went out and picked me up uh, steelbooks, horror movie steelbooks. One year, she decided to get me the Basket Case trilogy. It just literally came in the mail, and the day I was at work. Oh, perfect! I'll send you a link now, man. Um, it came out from Second Sight, now a company that's definitely well known for their stuff. They weren't so well known back then. Um, and the very next year, I kid you not, she went out and got me another Second Sight release. I don't think it was meant to be like on purpose. Uh, she picked me up this Return of the Living Dead, and this is still one of my favorite releases. One of the big reasons for that, and a lot of you guys I'm sure know, is that this is, as far as I'm aware, this is the only release that has the complete soundtrack for the film. Because if you buy this from Scream or Shout Factory, there's a couple songs that I've been like taken out that are missing, and of course this includes the Return of the Living Dead documentary as well. I'm going to just shoot over a quick link to Malcolm there. So today we are looking into the websites. We are looking into my shelf. We are going to find you guys some amazing Halloween stuff. We're going to shop together in the way that I wish I could be shopping right now. I haven't put up my Terror Vision Tuesday because, in all honesty, I have not seen anywhere that we're actually getting a Terror Vision Tuesday announcement. And maybe we are, but for something like that, you really hope that they're going to put up an announcement for that. So hopefully you guys like the background here. I know we don't have the Golden Girls picture right now, and people tend to, talk about that a lot. And I will be going back to my regular place. So you let me know if you like me doing it over here sometimes as well. We'll see what we can do. We'll work things out. But for this one right here, I wanted to talk about some of this stuff, and I wanted to be able to show like some of the films as well, because I want people to know that I'm not just some people come into my channel, they see like the painting, the background, they don't know that I actually do collect movies, and I have been for quite a while. I still get people that say that, and but then I get the same amount of people come on and like just love the Golden Girls picture. So if you're missing that, don't worry, it'll be back. But there's a ton of stuff that we're gonna be looking at, because there's so much stuff out there that we can get for this month. Stuff that I'm excited about. I mean, like there's the regular, like the newer horror stuff. that maybe you're going to be exploring for the first time. Maybe you didn't look at or haven't seen the Terrifier series yet. That's actually a really good little franchise because it is a franchise, and it's more than 2 films. It's really three films altogether because All Hallows Eve 1, but not All Hallows Eve 2. That's a sequel, but it really doesn't apply because there's no Art the Clown really in All Hallows Eve 2. Nothing really big. And just so you know, just to give you like a little glimpse, we will be going in to Amazon, places like that, because I want to show you guys some stuff you can get because not everything is going to be a boutique label release that you're going to want to pick up. Maybe you haven't picked up the Child's Play series. Maybe you want to get like the Scream series. Maybe you want to look at the Saw films and you want to see what the best release. Hey there, George. Welcome, man. Release for those is maybe you're a massive Hammer horror fan and even kind of wondering about getting some of the Indicator releases. So we're going to be looking at all that today. We're going to be looking into all those films, all those releases, stuff that's here, stuff that's in print, stuff that's out of print that you might be able to find on eBay for a good price if you look. Because I know, like, there's a new version of this that came out. I know there's an Arrow like edition of not this one, sorry, of this right here. But with that being said, that might mean that this could be somewhere inexpensive to pick up on eBay. And if it is, no, Ollie, you cannot get up there. Hold on a second. No. I have to get my kitty cat out from behind the TV where you're not allowed. Come on. Out of there. Out of this. This is Ollie. I'll be nervous. He's a bit of a nervous wreck right now. And like I told you guys, when it comes to my channel, always expect the unexpected. Hey there, Malcolm.
It looks like I missed something incredible there.
My cat photobombed and tried to get him behind the TV. It was Ollie, but he was really nervous. I was bringing him down, put him down, trying to get him down kind of gently. But my poor baby, and he's like always next to me, so it's understandable a bit. Hey, my baby, it's okay. Just don't go get up there again. But like I said, I always expect. I mean, I haven't seen anything. I mean, TerrorVision has not put out an announcement for today, and they normally do it the day before. I went on there this morning just to check maybe it was being done a bit late, and who knows, maybe it will be. But and they did say they're going to be doing announcements pretty much every
That's
every
what
Tuesday.
he said, right? That's what Brad said.
But sometimes things happen, and we don't get the announcement the way that we thought we're going to get them. Hey, sweetheart, it's okay. So what we're doing today, Malcolm, just to let you know, and I decided to do this a bit early, is Halloween's coming up. With Halloween, for a lot of us, we do the 31 days Halloween. I'm sure you do it. I do it. We're watching horror movies. We watch horror movies anyway, but we have October as an excuse to watch more and to kind of dive into different things. But you buy a lot in October. But a lot of stuff that you buy in October and a lot of those releases, how much you could get, are things that come later in October, mid to late October. A lot of your shopping for the 31 days of horror, 31 days of Halloween, should be done right now in the month of September. So that's what I'm doing today, is I'm going to give some suggestions.
You actually get it in time.
Exactly, because here's the thing. What do you do for those first couple weeks? I'm sure there's 1 or 2 things that are going to come out. But if you're doing 31 days of horror, and some people plan these months ahead, like my kids do, and some people just go kind of nuts and the last minute.
To the shelf and pick it up.
Exactly, and a lot of people are going and maybe doing their first 31 days of horror, so they're thinking, okay, I want to watch this, or I want to watch Scream, I want to watch the Scream series, I want to watch the Halloween series. What's my best way to do it? Are there any deals that are on right now? And normally September tends to be like a really good time to get some of these early Halloween deals. And because not everything's a boutique release. Like, see this Exorcist, fantastic horror film. Is this a boutique label release? It's not. A lot of these aren't going to be, and that's why I thought we'd dive into Amazon, dive into a few other places, and look at some of the sets that are out there. Some of those other releases, because every channel, mine's included, we're always going to be reporting on when the latest Arrows,
yeah.
Factory Vinegar Syndrome, all those titles, Culture Shock's coming out, right? But here's today to look at, get more casual with it. Could you fall behind on your normal viewing? See, I have to because, well, one, because it lets me. Here's the thing. You know what I watched today? You know what I watched for my movie? I watched Not Another Teen Movie for the umpteenth thousandth time. I'm not even joking. I did.
Classic.
It still blows
It
my
took
mind
a dump on my chest.
that's the girl from freaking Supergirl.
Yeah.
Do you know? I recently, and the reason I watched it is because I know this is not a topic. We'll get back to it really close. Don't worry. That I was wondering who was that girl from Not Another Teen Movies? Like, whatever happened to her? She was really pretty. And then I checked on IMDb, and I'm like, "Are you serious? That's Alex from Supergirl? Are you serious?"
Yeah.
I had no clue. I didn't.
That is a good movie. That is a very underrated movie in my view.
It is
It's one of the better
such
spoofs. And it's got a fantastic cast too.
And that's the thing. When it comes to the TV stuff, we have October is Chucky season 3, American Horror Story. I'm actually not excited with this American Horror Story. Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm very not excited with that one. Exorcist Believer. I'm actually excited about those.
Is American Horror Story still going?
It is. I'll be honest with you. Like, I dig it for what it is, but I'm a massive fan of Evan Peters, and I don't think it's been the same since he left.
Oh, has he left?
Yeah, he left around 3 or 4 seasons ago.
I think I've only watched Asylum and seen clips of the others. Oh, and part of Hotel.
And I'll show you guys. Look, speaking of that, we'll look at American Horror Story as a possibility because it has 13 episodes. I have the first few. I'll give you recommendations on which ones that I think are best. And you can do that. You can do the same. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Amazon.com. It's the American Amazon. I think that's the best place to start. We'll dive in there, look to see if there's anything deal-wise. We'll go to Amazon UK as well and see if there's anything there deal-wise. Probably not, because Amazon UK, which used to be the best Amazon, somehow has now become the worst.
Try look on Blu-ray.com, guys, right? And looking under the UK thing for anything other than movies, and it just doesn't come up anything. None of the deals for, like, for instance, comics, books, none of that stuff comes up anymore for the UK one, but it does for the American one. It's really annoying.
Look at the deals that are coming up for on right now for there. So let's go into Blu-ray.com and look at their, that banner thing that shows up on the screen. So we can see right here, and I think that's Canada. I'm going to check just to be sure because my eyesight's not the greatest. No, it's the UK. We're starting off the UK, and you can see we got like Chucky, season 2, 2 different editions of that.
I'm thinking about picking up the Steelbook of that because I've got the first one on the normal Blu-ray.
The second season's, I like the first season. The second season is even better than the first, like by far.
Okay.
Actually, I can't hear the drilling, so we're pretty good there, man.
Okay.
We got there's Beat Takashi, Takashi Kitano collection right here. Not exactly horror, but we got the Day of the Dead here horror-wise, and of course,
have you seen that?
Did I see Day of the Dead?
Yeah, the series.
Okay, no, I didn't actually. Here's the thing: I thought you asked me. I saw the movie Day of the Dead. I was gonna say it's my favorite of the 3, but no, I haven't seen the series. I haven't seen the series, and of course, there's a Hellraiser set. But again, some of the stuff is probably on pre-order. When we look into the US one, which we do right here, we see that there's the Exorcist 4K. That's on sale right now for $23. That's actually a very good price. We've got here Scream 3. I absolutely adore this. Like the look of this.
Is that Steelbook?
I don't know.
Because it looks like the Steelbook cover.
It does look like Steelbook cover.
It's kind of like the glossy look to it.
$21, great price for that, and $11.99 for Terrifier
That's not bad.
on Blu-ray, which is not bad at all. So let's just see if that's the Steelbook. Yes, it is the Steelbook. Yeah, that'll look sexy, man.
It's nice. I like that actually. Some Steelbooks are basic, but that's got that kind of front basic that works. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't need the overkill.
It does. It's a really nice looking Steelbook, and it's something that I think is nice looking.
Oh, it comes out on my third as well, so that's brilliant.
We'll dive very quickly into
Perfect.
Canada here, and see we got Prey for $34 coming here. You can see stuff more expensive here. If you want to get The Last of Us, $46. That's a bit pricey for that actually. So we're getting the crappiest of the deals here so far. But with all of that being said, let's see if there's any deals.
And
I'll show you
they do, don't they, man? This one.
I'll show you one of my personal favorite, steelbooks in my collection. Let's see what we got in featured categories. I want to see if there's anything here like that is horror centric.
That's lovely. That's lovely cover.
That is fantastic film too, right?
Yeah.
And I'll say right now, like I thought that Amazon.com would be the best, but they're kind of sucking right now. But let's just check out feature deals, Halloween horror movies, and see what we got here. Some releases, see if I can recommend them. We have The Thing on 4K for only $14.99. We have The Shining for $14.99, which really I got to get that 4K. I hear great things. Hey there, Andy, welcome, man. And the Chucky Complete Collection 7-movie collection.
DVD. That sucks. It should have been Blu-ray for that price, in my view.
Well, it's only $17 to be fair, right? Now I'm sure it'll be cheap on Blu-ray as well, but it's hard to find. Like in Canada, Malcolm, this here, like you can rarely find this for under $60 for the DVD, not for the Blu-ray. Seriously. Sometimes the Blu-ray can be upwards to close to $100, and most times it's unavailable again. The only one that we're able to find, and I'll see if I got it right there. I'm not going to look too far for it. Is the
Canadians and Australians get ripped off?
Oh, that's the thing. We always get ripped off. There's a 1 to 4 set. That's the first 4, I think. And no, 2, 3, 4, and there's a set anyway. I think that's 4 films on there. There's The Lost Boys in 4K right here. I don't consider the Mummy horror, so I'm not even going to look at that.
It's more of an action in my view.
I saw the best video on Halloween Ends the other day, so I want to shout it out. So there's a YouTuber by the name of Drum Drums, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know what this is.
I know that guy, yeah.
Yeah, does some amazing stuff, and we align when it comes to this movie, like big time. He's a fan, I'm a fan. So over October, I will be going over the Halloween franchise. What I want to do, and tell me what you think of this, Malcolm, because this is one that you can be involved in here, is I want to look at not just looking at the Halloween films, not just the ranked Halloween films, but I want to look and decide what I think and what you think is the best timeline for Halloween.
Oh, I like that idea. I like that. We can definitely do that. I like that. The only one I need to are you counting Halloween 3 in there?
Yeah, I think we need to. Because it is a part of the film, and if we include Halloween Ends, and I know that has Michael Myers, and Halloween 3 sort of doesn't, I still have to include in there because tonally there's a lot of similarities.
Well, do you know? Funny enough, I've never seen Halloween 3, so I'll have to watch the 4K.
Oh, that's going to be a fun one. Let me know what you think. Oh, well, wait. Let me know when you think about it when we do the video.
Yes. Yeah. I'll do that.
We got the Poltergeist 4K here for only $14.99. That's a really good price on that, actually. Trick or Treat, buy the Scream Factory one. Like that's a cheap dish. If you just want to have it, okay. Oh, I was going to show you my favorite steelbook. Can I reach it? Let's just see if I can reach it without because you never know. On my videos nowadays, guys, you just don't friggin' know, do you?
He falls down the stairs. He rumbles across the screen. Who knows? I used to be a massive steelbook collector. George and entertainment hell, and then I just gave up because I got fed up and get damaged in the mail, or just opening them feels really hard because you feel like you're gonna break them. So I've got a few I picked up recently, like Shazam 2 and Ant-Man, the new one and stuff like that, and Babylon. But I try and only buy them if I like the. I thought you were gonna fall over then.
How dangerous does that look?
Stuntman Aaron.
Here's a quick look, and then we'll go back to that stuff. This here is actually one of my favorite steelbooks. It's for House of Wax. I won't say
good
the remake. the reinterpretation. I actually really like this film. It's just like standard, unfortunately, on the inside. But this was, I think this may be a German steelbook.
That's an old one, right? That's an old steelbook because the older steelbooks didn't have stuff inside them so much.
Yeah, no, this was like, I think I won this in the contest.
Oh, nice.
Hold up.
I prefer the red to the green. You know, it has the green on most covers.
Yeah, I mean, like for which one? For the
House of Wax one.
Yeah, I mean,
most of the covers are green, so the red actually looks better.
It does, and it gives it like when you look at it, you get like this true, like kind of like almost realistic, kind of like
melting feeling more.
Yeah, it's kind of
with that horror kind of feeling.
So, are you prepared for your Halloween like this time? Because I am not yet prepared. I'm not going to lie. Like I have ideas you can say as we're going through.
Yeah, I need to make my list. I need to make my list because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list of movies I've never seen, but I want to watch because I feel like every Halloween time that's the best thing to do for the most part. Unless you're talking about them, like you're talking about Halloween and doing the time frames and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I try to just, and don't get me wrong, things will pop up that I'll watch again. Like I might watch The Dentist or something. You know what I mean? So it's not like all of them I've never watched before, but I do like to try and mix it in there because of the time. So I'm not prepared yet.
Me either. Indy also likes House of Wax. We got another lover of House of Wax there, which is I gotta actually do. Maybe I'll put that one to Halloween, October, because I haven't looked at that one yet.
Best part in House of Wax. Best part of House of Wax is when Paris Hilton gets the pole, and she really gets it hard too.
This is the John Carpenter Master of Fear set, so it's a pretty standard like bare bones set. It's got the Thing, Prince of Darkness, They Live, and Village of the Damned. Now, obviously, we can get like big special editions, 4Ks of absolutely every one of these films. But let's just say you're doing Halloween on a budget, and you want to get some like nice horror to watch, because I always recommend having a physical copy of something rather than just streaming it online. For $10 for those 4 films, that's actually pretty friggin' amazing.
Yeah, not bad actually. Talk about Halloween quickly. I watched Talk to Me last night.
And what did you think, by the way? I haven't seen it yet, so don't like spoil anything. But what do you think of it?
It was all right. It was a lot better than I expected. It wasn't actually. I wasn't as good as I expected, but it did scratch the itch and really. I liked the ending. I really did. It feels more of an emotional kind of horror than it does horror. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel. It's not like there ain't loads and loads of kills and all this stuff. It feels more like it's supposed to get into your mind psychologically and affect you because of what's happening with the main character.
Would you consider it more like Smile type of thing, or?
Kind of, but yeah, really, yeah, it was kind of more like a Smile, kind of. Definitely, yeah. I did like the whole hand thing though, because obviously everybody knows about that bit. I did like that. I thought that was actually quite clever.
Did you buy the hand thing? You didn't, like the October?
No, I didn't. I'm quite glad I didn't because I like the film, but I'm glad I didn't, buy it.
There we go. Like, physical copies are a must for Halloween, because if you're not watching it physically, are you really watching it?
The 2 things that are a must for me at Halloween is horror movies and the wife dressed up as horror characters.
Oh, that's cool. Like, people saw us last year. I was Pugsley and she was Wednesday. And that was a lot of fun. We'd usually have like a little Halloween party. Like Mooney will make like one of their Halloween cakes and stuff. It'd be.
I recommend The Invisible Man, the 2021. I recommend that one. That was fun.
I know. That's a fantastic film, and such a tense film though. Like for some people, it's such a triggering film. I also like Dr. Sleep. I'm going to put it out there. I really did like Dr. Sleep.
Not seen that yet.
You haven't seen Dr. Sleep? You really should.
No, I bought it.
Did you buy the extended cut?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the one to watch. That's the best of the 2.
That's probably one of my Halloween ones.
So always stuff like the Tremor stuff. You want something kind of light, or the Purge movies, which kind of like after the first one, they just became action films instead of like a horror film.
The worst Purge movies forever. Oh, that movie was terrible.
Which one? The last one?
And the last one, yeah, you know, Purge Forever.
I haven't seen it. I honestly have not seen that one yet.
Did you watch the TV series?
I'll be honest. I watched around half the TV series. I haven't gone back to finish it yet, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to kind of get into it. I liked Fiona Dorff's character, but there was
Oh, yeah, the cult person, brilliant.
Yeah, like there's ideas in it,
Brilliant.
but
Yeah.
there was I'm not quite sure if it all came together for me. Now maybe it will once I watch it, because I can't like.
I found it fun, but I can see where you're coming from.
Like it's hard for me to just say Megan, which I thought was a real fun film, from was it last year or the year before? Last year, I think.
I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun actually. It's only like people were, this is only going to be a PG movie or something like that, and it just gets to just show you can make like a PG horror film and make it good. It's just it comes down to this: if your film should be good, like R or whatever or PG shouldn't be the designation for it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 was coming out, by the way, guys, that was shooting for a PG rating. And then, all honesty, with today's thing, they probably almost could have got it, because Texas Chainsaw 74 is a pretty bloodless film. Although people tended to think otherwise. Indy actually likes the Forever Purge. Who knows? Maybe.
Ooh.
There you go. Fighting words. The Joker, which I was kind of iffy on because I actually thought I was going to speak to the wrong people. But what made me excited, though, is the second Joker film is a musical. And I know that, that's a me type of thing. And
So that's why they hired Lady Gaga then?
Yeah. And I also know that, some of the people that like the Joker, maybe not for the right reason, are going to hate the fact that the second one's a musical.
Oh, George says he prefers the TV seasons more than the movies of The Purge.
Oh, wow. Is there more than one TV season? Because I've only
there's two.
Yeah, then I'm way behind. I've only seen the first 5 or 6 episodes, 6 episodes of the first season. I love these here. So if you don't have the complete collection, these legacy collections, $10. That's an amazing price for that.
It is.
Definitely grab that. In the Mouth of Madness, everybody should own this. It is the best H.P. Lovecraft movie that's not H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, classic for sure.
It Chapter 2 is okay.
I recommend everybody watch It Chapter 2 without watching Chapter 1.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on.
Missed the best one, right? Oh, wow. Those kid scenes are really, really good.
Violent Night is on my list.
Violent Night.
It's on the Blu-ray.
Did you see the Killer Santa one that came out last year? I think Shudder put it out. It was this department store Santa Claus robot. It was like a military robot that was turned into a department store Santa Claus.
Oh, I've seen the cover. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the cover for it. Because it's got robotic Santa, right, on the cover with glowing eyes.
The cast are not likable characters. I watched the movie, and I kind of watched with my dad, and I dug it a lot more than Dad did. My dad really liked it a lot. It's super violent, but the characters are to be honest with you, they can get Rob Zombie levels of annoying, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Not the Firefly fun Rob Zombie characters, but those other ones where you're come on, get them off the screen, kill them or something. Of course, Psycho here. This was the 4K of Psycho. It came with the different cut that hadn't been put out.
I'll have the other version by the time that's all out, so that's cool.
That'll be cool. We got the Creature from Black Lagoon. I actually don't have this one, this collection. Here's the thing.
Classic sci-fi one.
And so to redeem myself from yesterday, here you go. This was out on DVD. When I initially moved away, I gave this to my dad. Thank you, man.
Good. That's what you should be doing. Hey, Ed, ready?
Hey, welcome, man. We got the Birds here, which is not my favorite. I'm not going to lie, it's not my favorite. Long Halloween, I actually dug. I like the changes that they made in that one. This, by the way,
I didn't get that.
It's a 2-part You didn't get that one
Yeah,
yet?
but they put it together, didn't they? Because it was separate. I was going to buy them separate, and I saw the 4K and went, oh, wait.
Yeah, smart move. I watched it when it was streaming on TV. Now,
Nice.
now I need to buy the one. This is a nice little hammer set too, by the way. People kind of pass up on this one. But if you're getting a hammer for the first time, like look at this right here. So we got here, like listen to this. We got Curse of the Werewolf, Brides of Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, Paranoiac, Kiss the Vampire, Nightmare, Night Creatures, and Evil of Frankenstein.
That's a big set.
That's a good damn set. I
It
have
must
this.
be double-sided.
Yeah, some of them are. But it's a really good set, and it was like it came out. This used to be very expensive to pick up and very hard to find. Now it's $16. But back in the day, man, that was like if you found it, you're a Hammer fan, like you were like Dr.
You were one of the
Satan.
cool kids.
You know, for a second there, I actually had to think, hey, what are those two moves? Whatever could they do? We got Jaws here, of course, is a classic. I think we saw this one before.
Yeah, well, stop repeating them. I hate that on Amazon when you go down and you find you're seeing the same stuff over and over again. You know, when you change pages.
I know. Like, I want to see how they're doing it for Amazon in the UK. Let's find out if you guys have some really cool. Here it comes.
I've got my phone ready, so I might end up buying some.
We got to get some stuff first. Sorry, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're gonna what do you call it? Get me going again.
All right, where are they at? Okay, they're in here. Okay, there's a RoboCop documentary.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching that RoboCop.
Oh, there's Mask of the Phantasm right there. Actually, I got to pre-order this. Is that I'm still on pre-order? Oh, Universal Studios.
Is that Don't Deliver Us from Evil?
Yes, it is actually. I think. Let's check that out. Let's open link in new tab.
What is that doing on there? Oh.
Well, what the hell? Well, Children of the Dam, which I do recommend, is there for $15.
The thing about Pam is the alternate title for Don't Deliver Us from Evil.
That makes no sense to me. So
exactly.
Don't Deliver Us from Evil is there, but it's not there. Like I'm gonna hit on the skin. I just gotta check this. Maybe this sold out. It must have sold out. Because it is a cool little film to put there. Hot new releases, featured deals. Most wish. Okay, let's see. Let's check the features. There's got to be.
I like that cover for Picard season 3. That's a nice cover.
All right, there. Yeah, it is. But where's the deals? Did I miss something? Okay, now we go. We got some stuff here. Let's see what we got here. Of course, we saw Pan's Labyrinth over there. I didn't mention it in the last one. You can only see your own chats, Indy. That is weird. I can see your.
That's because Indy is the cool Lex Luthor, and he's blocked you in ready because he thinks you're Superman. Okay. That's weird that happens. To be fair, I've only been seeing Indy's George and Reddy's pop up, but I've been seeing more of Indy, so I don't know if Indy's been posting more than anyone else here, but I would say like nearly all of Indy's comments, not my own stubbers.
Which is actually kind of. Oh, did you see? There's a decently budgeted short fan film with Miko Hughes on YouTube, sequel to New Nightmare called Dylan's Nightmare. For those that don't know, Miko Hughes is the guy that played the kid in New Nightmare, and didn't he play like in Pet Sematary too? Wasn't that him?
Yeah, he did. I believe.
All right, so what do we got here? See if we got anything here that. Are we going to tempt Malcolm today? Tempting Malcolm. I got to get like a sting for that. Studio 666. Yeah. You want to get like horror film with David Grohl in it. Right here, we have In the Mouth of Madness, the regular edition of Trick or Treat, Van Helsing. I think everybody has this one by now because that was super cheap to pick up. There's the Chucky collection, the one you want, the DVD one. I bet you want to go over to like we're going over to Canada afterwards. I bet you this won't be here, or if it is, it'll be like $40. The Thing, The Birds.
Classic.
So we're getting some of the goods. There's getting some deals here. lot of stuff I'm going to guess is already in like your collection though.
See, last year HMV had a lot of these horror movies, like The Shining, Doctor Sleep, and that on 4K in the 3 for 30.
Where's the rest?
So HMV might end up having a great sale around that time.
They do tend to have like some nice stuff there. I have to check. So let's go. Don't deliver us from Ava. See if it's on sale.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, $26. That's not bad. See if it's actually in stock. 7 cannot be shipped to your location. Well, no, of course it can't. Like it's going to show up like I'm either in Morocco or Canada. So, oh no, it's the U.S.
It says delivered to the United States. Why can't it be delivered to the United States when it's a Mondo Macabro release?
Oh, that's okay. Well, the thing is, last thing I ordered from Amazon, like big wise, was for my birthday, and it was Amazon US, because they're. Oh, Chad's back normal, excellent. But there you go. Like here it is, right here.
Oh, look at that shot! I like that shot. That's nice.
And who put this in? It's Mondo Macabro's release.
Hmm.
Are you tempted, George? That showed you that shot. Are you tempted?
Oh.
26 pounds.
I got it, didn't I?
You want it?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's a good one to get. Let's Mondo Macabro. I'm actually very surprised to see that. We got Dark Glasses right here, the Argento film.
Yes. As we said last night, Dario Argento's best film ever.
But way better than like a lot of his later films.
Yeah, like Dracula 3D and that.
Yeah.
I liked Inheritors. I thought that was all right.
Every time I look at this, I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know what I mean?
I get that, actually. I can see what you mean, yeah. Well, this was the original version.
There you go. The very different Ferris Bueller. You haven't seen it, George. You should definitely check out Don't Deliver Us from Evil. It's a really good film. And speaking of films to check out, like that are maybe not so good, they're okay. Did you watch Puppet Master Dr. Death?
Not yet. I don't even know how many I'm behind now. I think the last one I watched was Axis of Evil.
You poor guy. That was a horrible film. That was a bad movie.
I still haven't seen the Little Reich one, and all that.
This is better than Axis of Evil.
Is it really?
Sort of. Yeah, it's kind of Dr. Death is sort of like ripping on Curse of Chucky, sort of, in a weird way.
Okay.
It's like
it's lower budget.
It's micro budgeted. It's only about an hour long, so it's not going to take a lot of time to watch. And basically, it's set. I've got to remember this because I've seen it in a, I think in an old age home.
Okay.
You're alone in your fondness for Adrian Brody and Giallo. I'm sure there's somebody else out there that likes Giallo, not just you and Adrian Brody's mom.
Well, you know what? We've made the list here, Indy. No, but you the only one likes Giallo, that one with Adrian Brody, not the actual genre. And Matt is the only person that likes Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie. So we're getting a list here.
I am revisiting those films this year.
What Slave?
Well, I got to revisit all the Halloween ones. So that means when I say timelines, I'm doing all the timelines. So that means I got to look into the.
Okay, so that means I have to watch them all again then as well. Oh no,
Rob Zombie 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. So that means there's going to be like 3 hours of me just complaining about the movies.
Especially considering both of those films had theatrical and
yeah. Oh.
Choose your poison there, Mama.
Oh dear.
I just choose one. I wouldn't watch all of them. I'll always say look at the theatrical cut for Halloween 1 and the cut for Halloween 2. Because forget the director's cut for Halloween 1 because that is utterly crap.
It is. I remember that actually. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, his escape really bothered me. Why do you? Oh, look at this. This looks sexy.
You not seen that?
No, I have not seen this. That's a really nice
The
looking
mask
set.
looks off. It looks nice, but look at his mask. It looks really off.
Yes, because have you not seen this movie?
I've seen it, but what I'm saying is it
There's
looks
3
like
masks, and neither one looks any good.
it's awful. It looks awful. Look, it looks like one of those old like 70s movies.
Then it totally fits in with the mask in the movie. Like,
It's even
see,
got an angry face. There's even an angry face on the mask, like he's
Like,
had
right-
wind.
right here, and then I think this is freaking genius. See the way the mask looks in the where they're facing each other?
Yeah.
Almost looks like the digital mask. Did he have that like kind of what looks? I'm not sure, curly-ish. Like, is that the hair that was that?
That's
in?
what I mean. I don't remember the curliness.
I want to like. I have right here my Scream Factory edition.
Ooh, indeed.
What do you say? We like it. So this is what they put out for the H2O. So I'll show you guys what it looks like here before I go back. So this is the one. I'm sure it's one you got too, right?
Yep.
So so it's not a bad artist representation, like overall.
Is there anything new in the steelbook version, or is it just the steelbook version?
Oh, a little bit of steelbook version, and hopefully the new scan that they have right here. This is one of my favorite things. This was my birthday present last year. I was so excited to watch these again. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I don't like Resurrection. I don't like, I like them all. I really, really do.
I think they're all good in their own way, to be honest.
Like,
Entertainment L says, Indie Phantom. I say Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 Director's Cut Only is a literal masterpiece. I'm hoping that's sarcasm.
it's not. He actually likes the director's cut. Like a lot of people do. Like, you have to understand. It wasn't made. It wasn't made for me. I don't think. Like, it wasn't totally made for you. But each time. But I think it's not a masterpiece. Like, but I think that there's more to it than I initially. I'm going to give it another shot. Here's the thing. Like, because I will say right now, and I know a lot of people will say this. won't say this because a lot of people tend to hate on Halloween Ends right now. It's the cool thing to do, right? Resurrection used to be the one that people hated on, and right now it's Halloween Ends. When I will say right now, I think Halloween Ends. And this is going to be here's my hot take for this because we won't get into it too much before the video. But I will say this right now: out of the 3 films, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, the best constructed out of those 3 films is Halloween Ends. The absolute best constructed, best directed, best put together, best soundtrack is Ends.
I'll be honest with you. In reality, I haven't seen it in years, so maybe my opinion would change. So that's why it's good that we're going to be doing the tier thing. Gives me a reason to watch them again.
Yeah, there's a Terrifier box set. Okay, which apparently you can't buy now, but that was nice that they put it out like that. Halloween Trilogy, for those who don't have it, like you're in the UK and you want to pick that up. Here you go, George.
I thought about that, but then I was like, it feels quite expensive. If you already own them, I mean.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, this is a steelbook. No, George doesn't like steelbooks, though. So the steelbook, I think that's one of them is the steelbook I got. It's probably this one right here. This is it's Todd McFarlane, actually, spot that drew this.
Well, Indy likes Kills and Ends better than 2018.
A lot of people are starting to come around to that. And I'll be honest with you. I think Ends is way, way better than people are giving credit for.
Good choice, Entertainment, with the rewatch. I think that's a lot of the problem for a lot of us, to be honest. I think you need to, like you've always said, you need to watch movies a few times to fully get them, especially horrors, franchise ones where you've watched, especially remake styles. I saw the first Rob Zombie Halloween in the cinema, and I just was so angry by it. But to this day, I just go, oh, the thing, the second one, I just But I do respect people's opinions. I do respect that people like those films. I mean, I might like Barbie, for instance, the animation. Someone else doesn't. Doesn't mean, I just like messing around with people a bit.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, like for me right now too. One of the nice things with going back and watching them now, especially something like Ends, is like last year when it came out. A lot of people had like expectations where they'd seen kills, and they had like in their mind they'd already did in their mind they had what Halloween was going to be, and when it wasn't that, when it was something different than that, then the automatic, okay, no, I reject that. That's not where I thought Halloween was going.
Yeah.
And now to go back and like afterwards and to say, okay, I know like these kind of they're each their own separate thing.
Yeah.
And and Drummond said in his video, he said some people say that Halloween Ends would work better if it was its own separate thing and not as the end of a trilogy. And in his video, I'll quote his video, and I do recommend you guys check it out. Actually, he said that when I think of the trilogy, this is him. And he said it, and I thought it too. And I just thought I was the only person that thought it. So it was so nice to hear somebody else say it out loud. Yeah, I thought 78, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills. And then you got this standalone one, which is kind of like the Halloween 3 of the series, of this one. It's its own thing. And when you take it that way, of like Halloween the original, Halloween 2018, and Halloween Kills as this trilogy, and then you take it as a standalone, it puts on a different aspect to it.
So,
Little Shop of Horrors. I watch that all the time, and I don't know. Dad, I'll watch it for Halloween. Oh, Kills has got some of the best kills, like literally, like that sequence with the firefighters. Oh my god,
it's brilliant.
I'm gonna shut up now because we got to do it for the video. So, Tales of Witness Madness. I remember when I bought this. I was so excited to get it.
Yeah, it's a good film.
I'm a huge promoter.
I need to watch the Orphan movies.
I need to watch First Kill. I haven't watched First Kill yet. I've seen the first.
I'm gonna be honest with you, George. I think rebuying stuff just because of better packaging, unless it's your favorite movie of all time, is silly. Always buy something else, because you can really get your money's worth, like you're saying.
100%. Like if you got the Halloween movies, don't buy them because it's still bucks. Here, speaking of repackaging stuff, Bob Clark Horror Collection. I'm sure you got this. I do not have.
I've got all the movies, but I haven't got that set.
Yeah, like I didn't get it because I need Death Dreams, but I have the other two.
I've got them on 4K. I believe 2 of them.
Death Dreams is coming out in 4K soon, actually. So I've been waiting. I'm glad I waited.
Web.
Hey there, Ragnar. You want more Daniel Harris than Halloween? So do I. I want more Daniel Harris than a lot of things, man.
Oh, I'm getting that. The Flesh and Blood show.
Let's look at this one because this is a really fun one. Kino put these out here in North America, and it is a great little set. This is one that I definitely recommend to people that haven't seen these films. We got Die, Screaming Marianne, The Flesh and Blood Show, House of Whipcord, Frightmare, House of Mortal Sin, Schizo, and The Comeback. And really, really good stuff here. Massive fan of The Comeback. Love Schizo. Frightmare's gave me nightmares from the nightmare scene. With House of Whipcord, House of Mortal Sin. I remember like the Flesh and Blood Show has this like 3D scene right at the beginning. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Die Screaming Marianne is probably, even though Susan George is in it, and I love Susan George, it's my least favorite out of all these.
I can see that. It's a far superior cover though over the original Screenbound release. Was it Screenbound that released it?
Screenbound released it in like in the UK first, and it was released by Kino in North America. And these are way better than covers than the Kino ones. Like, but I can't I spent a bit of money when I got those initially, so I can't see me paying £79 to get it again.
What's this? Emma 444 came in. Yeah, they just finally shipped my stuff as well.
Nice. First Kill's fun. Actually, as you can see, guys, we're just looking here. We're finding stuff that's just out there to pick up for your Halloween enjoyment. tells the
Top
horror.
top recommendation. I'm sorry. Top recommendation for Halloween. Smallfoot. Right there above Elvira. Smallfoot. One of the greatest Halloween movies ever.
George. I called you George. You
can't call me George. What's going on?
Well, you messed me up so much with Smallfoot that's the thing. That's the thing. Actually, no, because I'm looking at my screen.
George is better looking than me, so that's a diss to him.
But
Dunwich Horror. I didn't watch that.
That's actually a fun film. I haven't seen that in ages. Like, I don't know if I'll still like it like I did before. But I did like initially. Have you seen Chucky season 2, by the way?
No, I haven't seen any of Chucky. The TV says.
It's good. I mean, like
I own the first season.
I said the first season starts a little bit slow, but it gets really good pretty quick. But the second season is freaking brilliant, man. Hostel. I've never been a massive fan of Hostel series. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't know the eye cutting scene?
It's not so much that. Yeah, it's the sequence where he cuts the tendon, the Achilles tendon.
Oh, that one.
That bothers me a lot. It bothers me. You can cut as many eyes as you want to. You just cut the Achilles tendon on watching your movie. But look here, we got like the Universal Classic Monsters, £23 for like a nice little set of the.
It's not bad. I think I paid more than that when it originally came out.
Oh yeah, like me too. Because I bought someone on a coffin. This is the exact same one, guys, just with the coffin. Popcorn.
House Horrors is decent.
Dr. Terror is one of my favorites. I love Dr. Terror's House Horrors. I remember saying as a kid, Malcolm, there, I got your name. Got your name right. Huh? There we go.
Hey, you got me right there. And my next time you see me live, I'm going to put Malcolm, not George, on my thing.
Yeah, there you go. Like, but here's the thing. I'm not doing too bad for a guy who has any sleep, all right? So there we go. But I saw this movie when I was a kid. It was on TV, one of those like Saturday, like kind of monster like afternoons where I had like the horror hosts type of thing. Not Svengoolie, maybe Zachary, something like that. And I remember watching it for the first time, and just it literally blew me away. I was so into it. I started.
Yeah.
I would get like exercise books, those 32-page exercise books you get when you're going to school.
Yeah.
And I would get them, and I would like write like short stories, like a short like twist ending like stories. And I had
very nice.
I think around 17 or 18 different like exercises of like, because I used to write. I used to write a lot actually. Eli Ross's Thanksgiving. Yeah, actually, I'm glad that's actually becoming an actual film. Jason wants to come on here with me and Malcolm and talk about it, which we definitely should do.
Definitely.
That'll make it for an interesting little video.
Yeah, to say George, yeah, I've not watched it. I own the first season, George. I haven't watched it. It's kind of weird because as much as I like Charles playing Chucky, it's never been my favourite. And I think I've always expected it not to be good. So the fact that everybody keeps saying it's so good is actually quite refreshing.
Did you like the later Chucky films like Curse and like films?
They're all right. I take them in a different timeline for me. Like I don't put them with the original ones because I just feel the original ones are better in the way they were made, kind of thing. I
actually think.
But I did love the robot one.
Which one is? I'm trying to think. Which
the one with Mark Hamill doing the voice.
Did you really like that one?
Yeah, I really like that one. I love the song in it. I sing it to my wife all the time.
I was not a massive fan. I mean, it's okay for what. It's not a Chucky film.
No,
like it's, and it's.
It should never have been called Chucky, really. But
here's the thing, and I find this utterly hilarious that this film here is literally the same as the Krusty the Clown episode of House of Horrors. Remember that, like the Simpsons one?
Yeah, I remember.
Here's your problem. You got him set on evil. And he flicks the switch to not evil on the back of it. Because that's pretty much.
I just love the song. I just love the song in the movie. You are my buddy.
I think that Mark Hamill does a banger job. Like, because Mark Hamill's a fantastic voice actor. I do think that
fantastic Joker.
Oh man, I think that that ending sucks for the Child's Play remake. Like, man, that lackluster. ending for there. But I wouldn't mind seeing more in that universe. I know they can't.
Aubrey Plaza was hot in it though.
Aubrey Plaza is one of my. That's one of my dream girls, right there.
Why you dream women, eh?
Oh yeah, and like him will always know. Like she'll say, like, okay, when I don't even have to say. She'll like Aubrey Plaza is gonna be one because she knows, like you like those when you're watching on TV, you like those emo type like weird girls, don't you? And,
Oh.
yeah. I'm like him, huh? Yeah, what about you? I like you here, but she's not like that.
You're next. Brilliant.
I didn't like that first time I saw it.
You're joking.
Like, it is a brilliant film, but the first time I saw it, I really hated it, and I'll tell you why. Because that is one freaking unlikable family. And
yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Take me out of it, but that's when I realized, and this was on me. Yeah, they're supposed to be unlikable. They're supposed to be really unlikable. That's the idea. That's the concept behind this series, behind this whole film. And I would have loved to see like more from that like Final Girl, because damn.
I love Shani Vincent. She was in Home and Away. She played Cassia. I believe she got ill in it or something in Home and Away. A character.
It's been a while, man. But I know what you're talking about because I think I watched it back then. Real quick side note, I'll go right back to the horror thing. They're bringing Neighbors. They just canceled Neighbors, but they're bringing it back.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. Amazon, isn't it? It's on Amazon Freeview.
And Misha Barton from the OC is actually going to be in it.
It skipped, isn't it? It skipped 2 years.
I think so. Misha Barton looks very different. I watched like a preview of it.
It was really weird because I watched her in the film called Bunker.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, whoa, is this Misha Barton? Because she looked so different. She looked so like puffy-faced.
I think she just like we all get older, and like, let's be fair. The last couple of years, when like people were stuck inside and stuff like that, none of us were at our best.
Yeah.
Like none of us were there. Like, well, I guess you'd think, oh, well, I'm stuck home. Maybe I'm working out is the thing I'm going to do. Absolutely zero. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, looks like I'm home for the next couple years, and I'm just gonna watch some movies and eat some Cheetos.
I'm going to eat and watch movies all day.
Yeah, and
I'm going to get the Steelbook, George, of the second one, because that Steelbook's fire, as they say. Oh, that one, Bugsy Malone, perfect horror movie.
Yeah, more ways than one. Actually, I didn't mind Bugsy Malone. It was okay. American Horror Story. How many have you seen?
I've seen, let's see, I've watched part of the first season. I watched all of Asylum. I watched part of Hotel. And that was it.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab mine in a second. I will give you my ranking for American Horror Story because I've seen a few.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have Apocalypse.
Misha definitely was a hottie back in the day. I mean, she still is, but I mean, back when she was on the OC originally, she was one of the best parts of it to look at. I always loved the song to the OC.
Oh, me too.
California.
But that being said, One Tree Hill, best.
One Tree Hill is superior. One Tree Hill to me is the successor to Dawson's Creek.
One Tree Hill is a show that I'm not gonna lie, I actually like super was into and like actually felt a bit of a. I'll bring us back, but let's do this real quick. A bit of like a thing. So here I have the first 7 seasons of American Horror Story, right here.
Yeah.
So I have from the first season, which is Murder House.
Are they all DVDs?
All DVD. Well, anytime I'm collecting a lot of this TV stuff like this, I go straight for DVD. I will not go for Blu-ray. If I start buying stuff on DVD, I'm not switching formats. Like unless it's like really, really cheap, I prefer to buy a lot of TV on DVD.
To be fair to that, the Blu-rays did stop coming out, so you made the right decision.
And that's literally when TV started coming out. It was like TV. It was never TV. It was like TV on DVD was the thing, right? All right. So in the ranking of these here, in 7th place. God, this is harder than I thought. Actually,
Did you say 7th place? Because there's 10, isn't there?
Yeah, but I only got 7 of them. Like, so I can only rank the ones I got. Like I can't put Slasher in there. I can't put Apocalypse in there, and I haven't
But they're
seen
released.
they're
I
released.
know
I just,
Apocalypse was released, but
I just
was
don't
the
have.
other two?
Yeah, I think so. Or I know that the Slash one was, but I can't like I don't have them, so I only can go by the ones that I got, even if I've seen them. Because these I've seen more than once. Anything that I've got, usually I got in my collection that I've watched fully, I've watched at least twice. There's nothing like that I just watched once. Damn. Okay. And I liked pretty much all these for different reasons. So we're gonna put Roanoke in 7th place. In 6th place, Freak Show, which, in all honesty, we're switching around. 7th place is Freak Show, 6th place is Roanoke. Freak Show,
Okay.
although I like the Murderous Clown, I didn't like much anything else in Freak Show.
I get that.
In 5th place, I will put Cult because I had a lot of fun with this one, but it does get a little preachy even for like this type of thing sometimes. In 4th place, for me, it's Hotel. I really did like this one. I thought it was a very good one. In
I
3rd
like the
place,
H.H. Holmes stuff in it.
oh, H.H. Holmes stuff. That Evan Peters, right? They're right there, man. He's the best part. In 3rd place, this is where it's going to be a little bit controversial for people.
Okay.
Murder House.
Oh,
Everybody puts that in 1st or 2nd place, don't they? In 2nd place, the underrated American Horror Story season. I love Coven. I absolutely adore Coven. I think this is so much fun. It is like X-Men with witches. The serial killer, the New Orleans serial killer, is really cool. And of course, in 1st place, I don't think this is much of a hot take. I think pretty much almost everybody would put this one in the 1st place. This one, or some people put Murder House there.
it's not Asylum, seriously.
It's the best.
I watched that. I thought it was terrible.
It is amazing. One, you got the possessed nun, who's really, really good. The serial killer in Asylum is bar none the best serial killer out of the entire franchise. The alien stuff, bit iffy on some of that, but that's a small enough aside with everything else that's going on that there's a lot of fun. There's the name game, the name that's on, which is utterly insane. I love that. Has the best ending and best twist out of all of them. With so for me, easily Asylum. Top 3 are the first 3. I just think that
that makes sense, to be honest. It should be, because it starts going down after the first 3 seasons.
It does. I mean, like as much as I like it, is Freak Show season 4? Damn, I thought Freak Show was like a later season than that.
Yeah, Freak Show is series 4 because Coven was series 3.
Maybe I got to rewatch it again. I didn't like it very much. I didn't like Freak Show. Did you like Freak Show?
I watched parts of it, but not all of it.
Like I like when you get to Apocalypse, and that's not one of my favorite seasons either, by the way.
I watched part of Apocalypse. I thought that wasn't
like if you watch all of them, you're a massive like American Horror Story fan. It's great because it's great in a way that like you're getting paid off from watching the other seasons.
Yeah.
Because here's this from another season. It shows that it's all one universe, right? But that being said, I don't think it was a very solid story, and I think it was pretty weak. A lot of the characters were really, really weakly done. I did like the initial part for the slasher one, like the 80s slasher one that they did, but I think that went downhill really quickly too.
What about the other one? The other one they did with Emma Roberts and that.
Is that the one where the killer is killing in the kind of in the cruising district? It's like 7 foot tall, like big killer guy.
The one where, I think so actually. The one where they're in the one with Jamie Lee Curtis in as the Dane.
Oh, you're
and then the second.
Scream
That's
Queen.
it, Scream Queen.
First season of Scream Queens is a ton of fun. I love the first season of Scream Queens. Second season of Scream Queens is a slog. It almost seems like a completely different show.
Yeah, it does. That's true, actually. It does. I think it's because it just doesn't work. Because they're almost the exact same characters in it. They are the same characters, aren't they?
It's pushing it. Like it's a season it's a thing that should have been a limited series, like a one-time limited series, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, let's totally do this.
Best scene in Scream Queens is when the Jamie Curtis shower scene, which goes, I saw that movie 100 times. I love that because it's such a thing, isn't it, to her mother?
But I also love the first. I think it's in the first episode, right, where Ariana Grande gets killed, and she's kind of like social media with the killer, like. Like don't kill me type of thing. It's just really, really fun. It's a great show. First season's great.
George is watching the X-Files again.
There's certain times I can get into it. The X-Files is one of those shows I nowadays have to be able to I have to be in the right mood to watch X-Files. And I do tend to like the ones that are Monster of the Week a lot more than I like the
mythology.
Mythology stuff just doesn't do anything for me. Like we're talking about, like the Grimm's fairy tales, the comic book.
Yeah,
I prefer the stories, like the
I prefer those stories more over the continuous.
Yeah, short story season seems good. Oh yeah,
I prefer Millennium. To be honest, I prefer Millennium over X-Files.
Even though every season of Millennium is a different series, this series on Millennium is completely different. We know you like things about the first season of Millennium. We know you did, but you weren't totally there. That's okay, because we've rebooted Millennium for season 2 to be something completely new and fresh. It'll be scarier. It'll be better. All right, it's time for season 3 of Millennium. Now, we know season 2 may not have worked out the way you expected it to, but it's okay, because we've rebooted it again. We've actually killed off characters, because we're going in a fresh, new, bold direction with Millennium season 3. Now, we're going to finish it as an episode of X-Files.
I'll tell you.
Good, it was great.
I'll tell you what I'm watching, George. I'm watching Terry and Joan.
And Andy mentioned the American Horror Stories. Yes, there has been 2 seasons of a short form American Horror Story series.
Yeah.
Not 13 episodes. It's like 1 to 2 episodes. And I actually liked the first season. I haven't seen the second season. I'm not gonna lie. I did see the first season. I actually liked it.
I've got digital downloads of them.
They're fun.
I
First
watched them
season. The Stephen King X-Files episode. I can't remember which one Stephen King did, to be honest with you. So I'd be lying. So
my favorite X-Files episode is with the mother under the bed.
Oh, Home is disturbing as hell, man.
Do you know that, John? Sorry, go on.
No, I was literally just saying, like, I was agreeing with you. It's great.
I was going to say, you've never heard of Terry and Joan, George? It's a classic comedy series with Terry Scott and Jim Whitfield. That's shocking. You need to look it up. Had 9 series. The one with Under the Bed woman in X-Files, my wife said she sat with her son watching that years ago when it came out.
Oh, that's
it scared the living out of her. And I've always thought that was one of the greatest episodes.
That's a really, really good episode. I think that the best episodes are the ones you shot in Vancouver, by far and large. When they go over back to the United States to shoot X-Files, which they did in the latter seasons, I think maybe seasons 5 and up, it's season 5 and up, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It just loses some of its kind of folksy, kind of creepier feel. It starts to look a little bit more polished. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Stuff like when you're watching stuff like Flukeman episodes, and the one with
I did like when they brought it back. I thought the ones they brought back were.
I've seen any Jim Whitfield before. The first series of absolutely fabulous. There's a lot of Jim Whitfield out there, man. Definitely check out.
You need to check out Terry and Joan. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Ghost in the Machine.
Ghost in the Machine. That's a good episode, actually.
That's one of the early ones, isn't it? Make sure you get it right. There's Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe again. It's going to be coming out in November, so obviously that's not.
Did you like the movies?
Coffin Joe movies?
No, the X-Files movies.
Meh. Honestly, meh. The second one, less. I really thought I was going to like the second one more because I was a massive fan of that actor. But the first one, again, it goes back to like they're hitting on the mythology portion of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big lover of the mythology aspect of X-Files, especially when we now know how it resolves itself, and it's lame. It's really lame.
Yeah.
Like when you find out what happened
That
to
ending. Oh, that ending was like, how could anybody be happy with that?
well, the sister thing's what killed me. Like I checked it after they said the sister was taken by fairies. Are you serious? Like this is where we're going with the sister storyline after all this? She's taken by fairies. Okay, that I guess why not? Ready or Not, excellent film, excellent movie. Done by, of course, Radio Silence. So much fun. Samara Weaving, she's gorgeous. Zombie Holocaust, Severance Time Holocaust, but
I'm getting the 4K of that when it comes out.
Evil Dead Rise. Got to watch most of that recently. I just got to watch the ending because I
saw it in the cinema.
Tired. I liked it. I like what I've seen.
I saw it in the cinema. Well, it was a waste of time.
That's not too bad.
So it's good.
$10 for like the Chucky, right? DVD. Look at the Blu-ray. It's £40.
It was $20, wasn't it? $17.99 on DVD.
There's still a lot more.
Tortured's good. That's a good one.
I was okay. I mean, I thought I got to rewatch it. I liked it, but it didn't win me over. Like
you're getting it correct, right? The one with where they've got the guy in the basement.
Yeah. No, I know the one. Okay. I think Bill Moseley's in it.
It's just because there's so many movies called Tortured, isn't there? You know,
or at least have torture in them, right? It's a whole subgenre, guys. The 5 Devils.
I need to get Black Magic rights.
That's a cool little title. Mickey Hargitay. King of Horror. They got some Stephen King want to get down like on Blu-ray for super cheap. You can get it, The Shining, and Salem's Lot.
Very good point. Entertainment. That's a very good point.
What did I miss out on?
I hated the 2013 Evil Dead remake. I wasn't sorry for the decisions they made with Evil Dead Rise. I do, however, find it irritating how much they ripped off aliens in it. That's a good point.
Or maybe the homage to aliens.
I watched 2013 remake after I watched Rise, and I actually preferred that to Rise. I just thought Rise was so tedious. But a lot of it has to do, for me, with the stuff around it than the actual movie itself. So, but I like it. I'm not going to say the Rise was bad, I mean, I loved the beginning. I just felt like the whole stuff in the apartment just felt tedious.
I can see, like, how
you should watch it. You'd like it, George. I think you'd like it, George.
Yeah. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is. There's stage fright, the one we talked about last night.
It's the classic. The only stage fright you need to get.
I think it's a fun film. Like people rag on this film so much, and like, what did they expect? It's a musical slasher movie with friggin' Meatloaf in it and Minnie Driver. What an
amazing! It is, but it's amazing.
I love
that movie.
Like the killer. Like he's like the heavy metal singing killer. It is so freaky. It is cool. Visiting Hours. Everybody showing up. If you don't own Visiting Hours, like, where is it?
Okay.
You got to own this movie. Everybody should own this movie. You got William Shatner. You got Michael Ironside. The beautiful Linda Pearl. And Lee Grant, who's the actual star of the film. The one I put in last. There is so much good stuff out there. Food the Gods.
Exactly, in there.
Rod's okay, but not one I'll see again. I have to watch everything at least twice, which is probably the reason, guys, it takes me so long to get through my damn movies. I got so much stuff that I got to watch still. That's what did you watch this movie?
I think the thing with Evil Dead Rise is I think it's a fun trip if you're not going and seeing horror nearly every week. You know, I have a friend who wants to go and see horror movies all the time at the cinema, so you get a little bit burnt out, especially with the gore aspect nowadays in horror. I think that's why I prefer watching a lot of the older school stuff more recently.
So are you saying that
It does deserve more.
not much of a Terrifier fan?
Oh, I like Terrifier, but it's not a film I'd highly rate. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say Terrifier 1 I liked. Terrifier 2 I thought was just too long and a bit tedious. It had its moments. But I think horror now relies too much on two things. It relies too much on putting characters in movies for the sake of it to fit every audience. And the other thing it does is too much gore and jump scare stuff. And but they're saying that when Saw 10 comes out, I'm gonna be over the moon when I see the gore in it. So
yeah. And
it's a bit.
I think we've gotten away from the jump scares a lot. Maybe too much so. Like I'm gonna be a bit in a dissent on this because I'm not a person that was ever like, oh god, I can't believe it. We got the cheap jump scares. I love some of the cheap jump scares. Like especially in the old slasher films and stuff like that. I think they're a ton of fun. And people get like, well, no, I need a real. What's a real scare? Does somebody have to come at the screen and like chase you with an axe? Or I'm not to the point. Thank you so much, George. And oh, yikes! I hope your dentist thing goes extremely well, and it doesn't end up with your dentist coming out looking like this.
Oh.
If your dentist looks like that,
Love your dentist. Love your dentist, George.
But yeah, for me, I'm not like the. I love my I guess because we use the Scream term, right? Elevated horror stuff, but I'm all about the schlock. I'm all about the cheese. I like my jump scares. I like my slasher films with nudity and stuff in them. Like I know there's a lot of people that'll say, "Oh, we don't need that nowadays." Oh, nudity doesn't make a movie better. It does for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna like I'm old school. I'm very much am like when I was back in the 80s. If I'm watching I was watching the Friday the 13th movies, and I get to part 6, which is a classic, right? Jason Lives. Like teenage Aaron was not super happy with Jason Lives. I was like, oh, this is really good. Oh, also, where's the nudity? Non-existent. And that peeved me off so much because you went to your Friday 13th film. You weren't expecting Shakespeare. You weren't. You had like very low expectations going in for these films. You had like, okay, you're going to get a killer. Probably going to be Jason or a Jason type killer with a mask on. There's going to be some blood. There's going to be a bit of nudity. You're going to see some boobs. And you're going to have 90 minutes. It's going to be kind of fun. Probably, usually set in the woods, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot. That's not a lot of boxes to check, right? Not a lot of like, oh man, better make sure we get. But like you get to like Jason Lives on, it's like, yeah, so we're taking out all the boobs. Teenage Aaron's sad. Teenage really sad. As you can see,
when
Amazon, go ahead.
Right? You've got a great horror, like especially 80s horror movie. When you've got not just some of the boobies, but you've also got some of the bush showing. That's when you know it's good. Like Fatal Games, right? There's a bit in it where the girl's running from the javelin throw completely naked and gets it right through the stomach. I remember just thinking to myself, why didn't they just throw it down below so they could go, she was impaled? It would have been so much.
They almost did a shot like that in like Friday 13th Part 5, but they had to change it. For the Violet character, the one that is dancing. Initially, that's where she gets killed, like sort of like that. As you can see, Amazon Canada win the day with we'll see, but looks to have won today with the Shop Halloween deals. Big ass banner here. Let's see if it's better than what we've seen with Amazon.com did okay, but not great. Amazon.uk, less said about that, the better.
Actually, you know what? I just want to say this because what Indy said. He said, exactly, and I like the softcore TNA. People use the excuse for you can just find porn online. They missed the point. But the thing is with the softcore TNAs, in a lot of cases, that's actually hotter.
Yeah, because like I'm not like, I'll be honest, I'm not the guy that's going to go on like, if you do, like, I'm not Pornhub's, like, for instance, I'm not their market. I'm really not. But I do like
And so I'm sorry, but you have to actually ask women to take off their clothes. If they don't want to, what do you do then? What do you say to them? You rip it off like this, and you say, "Get naked."
The same thing that you do in any film, whether it be a man or a woman, because let's not like, let's not mince words here. I'll be honest with you. Nobody makes any. You don't, and you shouldn't make anybody just do anything in a film that they do.
Well, that's why they've got sex counselors now on sets.
Yeah, there's like for that type of stuff. There you got like the intimacy consultant, whatever they call it.
I'll be honest with you. If someone said to me, "I want to see you naked on set," I'd probably say no.
Here's the thing, and I will put this out there right now too. If somebody's told me, like when I was 25, right, that okay, yes, I want to put you like nude in a movie, right? I might have said no back then, but now at 52, with that having that age turned around, and I'm like, God, I was kind of at my peak then. I kind of want a record of that. We literally did a video here where the discussion of conversation was my abs. So yeah. I wish like that I add that on camera. So
that you could have like just played the video like in the corner, like yes, this was like this back then.
Yeah, there you go. All right. But no, I mean, like, it's okay. It is perfectly okay to like to see like nudity in a film, and you should never feel bad about it. No, you should never be made feel bad about that.
I think, to be honest with you, I think nudity is something that should always be a choice for the actress or actor, for sure. I think at the end of the day,
that's what happens. Like,
I mean, there's so many stories of people, especially in the 60s and 70s, where they were told, "Oh, this is going to be for this market, that's going to be for this market, so you're not going to see nudity here." Before the internet, and then basically it was on all the tapes. You know what I mean? Everywhere. So,
and a lot of times there's like Andy just mentioned, like there's the body doubles and stuff. Any Emmanuel film with Laura Gemser, you're gonna see a lot of body doubles.
It's Alex.
Alex, welcome, man. Welcome back to the stream, and I hope you're doing well, my friend.
It's going good. I'm glad to see you.
Now here we got like we've reached the Canadian page. We started right away, even though it's DVD. It's 4 Scream movies. That's actually pretty cool.
For $15, you can get them for $1. You can get them for like 50p in CEX.
Yes, but 1, that's in the UK. 2, you have to have a CEX nearby. 3, it's not. And 4, like here, you wouldn't even go to a Dollarama, like in Canada.
I'm going to say this right now. When Aaron gets on the Canadian Amazon, he gets very defensive, very protective, and he's like, "You pay these prices."
I think people like really, really sometimes like well, I can get this for $1. I can get this thing here. But for some of these people, like getting the DVD collections, it's a big savings for them. Like I got the Blu-ray set of this, right? And I'll probably buy the 4Ks of Scream Factory, of the Scream movies down the road. But when it's like you're coming up on, you're like basically on the time where it's like when you're trying to get this stuff. For some people, like if you can get them at your CX, you can get them at your Dollar Tree, yeah, grab them there. But for a lot of people, this is the place to get them. This is going to be their cheapest bet and their easiest bet.
I do. I get 5% of every transaction. I do, actually.
Obviously, then I got shares in Amazon because I'm getting people out there.
The Canadian Amazon, I wonder if you got shares in Canadian Amazon, is that every Amazon around the world or just Canadian Amazon?
Considering what Amazon does their stuff, it won't be Canadian Amazon. Because if you've ever got Amazon Prime, you got to get Amazon Prime for every freaking country. You got to get different Amazon Prime for it. Oh, this is the MGM release for Pumpkin, isn't it? Like the
Nice.
that's a classic one.
Oh, he said, "Oh, that's crazy." I put it's a complete collection. I was like, "Well, that's good. If it's a complete collection."
No, not say that's the MGM collector's edition. I remember that one year that was put out, and they had this lenticular like eyeball, like sticker.
Oh yeah,
Do you remember the one I'm talking about? And they
I remember. Yeah,
we got Halloween here, $32 for Halloween 4K, not bad at all.
not bad.
Midsummer's here, it's really cheap for that one. If you want the scary movie collection, like you kind of want to torture yourself.
Not bad.
Like yeah, the first two are good. 3, 4, and 5, not so much. Now that being said, I would if I was in the store and this was like $10, I might buy it for $20 a week.
I knew a woman. I knew a poor woman, but when the witch came out, she goes, "The witch," but it
Did you
sounded like it was a B instead of W. You know.
Did you like it, by the way, The Witch?
Never seen it properly.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not one of my favorites, but it's okay. Halloween 5, or as they say, people like jokingly referred to that as the Nick Cage like Halloween film, right?
It does look a bit like it, to be fair.
The Conjuring 7 film collection for $32 is actually a very good price, because I know this cost like $75 last year.
You could get that over here, I think, on Blu-ray for that.
So you guys are spoiled over there when it comes to that type of stuff. But you got a lot more places to go. Like you got your HMVs, you got your FOPs. Like we have Sunrise.
To be fair, though, FOP is a million miles away from me.
But it's worth it, man. It's worth it. So you're not close to Covent Garden, I'm guessing. Huh?
No. The Witch is fantastic in terms of, yeah, it is. I've heard it's good. I mean, I've seen clips of it, but I haven't watched it all the way through, kind of thing. I want to get the second sight version, but it went out of print.
Now, Halloween 4, still, I recommend all these Scream Factory ones. I really do. Scary Movie 2 is the best out of those.
Number 5's the best.
Number 5. They don't even like. For me, they don't even exist after that.
That's a lie, Alex. The golden years of football are not over because when I go in there, I still get tons of media.
The golden years of football exists when I go in there. This is to be honest
with you though, the golden years of football probably are because I remember when people used to go in there and he used to get killer deals where you could get things like 88 films ones really cheap and I went in there, they were cheap, but they were cheap by today's standards, not by then.
I miss FOP. I want to go back. I hope they have deals when I go in there. I think they're just waiting for me to bring back like some good deals, guys. FOP's waiting for me.
You're hoping. Yeah.
I'm praying. So we got The Thing. I like, even though it's DVD, it's a nice collection. You get the original Thing. You get the John Carpenter thing. You get the remakey thing that actually is not as bad. Like the CGI is horrible in this movie, which is a shame because the movie constructed is not too bad. The construction of
this
2011
one, right?
Yeah, like I like the movie. I don't like the special effects.
I got the 4K of that. I got the special edition one. The Studio Cannon released. Alex actually gave it to me, so I was quite lucky on that one.
I got that one through. Well, I actually bought a copy of that one initially, but I have the steelbook that Mill Creek put out a while back there. Actually, that's one.
We're going to have an argument here, Alex. Last time I went in there, Old Boy was £10 DVD. Yeah, because it's DVD. Anyone who buys DVD is a muppet when it comes to stuff that's on Blu-ray and 4K.
That's how we've literally been like fighting against that here, man. This is what this whole video is about. Midsummer got a really nice cover there for the 4K.
Still haven't seen that.
It's a fun film. I liked it. I liked Midsummer. I like Midsummer a lot, actually. Way more than I thought I was going to. And Hereditary. This is going to be controversial too. I liked Hereditary. I thought like Toni Collette was amazing in Hereditary. I thought she was fantastic.
Did you just call her Toni Collette?
I didn't. But I would not say it's my favorite. Like I know everybody like, oh, this is fantastic. This is the best. It's not for me. Like it's good, but I'll even get even more like controversial, like because Hereditary is the film, right? It's like, oh, this should have won the Oscar or something. I'll watch Smile again before Hereditary. Okay. Like I said, I like bones about like the fact that I like so a lot of times I will love to sit back with some cheesy Friday the 13th era kind of fun slashery type horror. I just love that type of stuff. It's just a comfort spot for me.
Nice. Alex says, when you watch Midsummer, don't bother with the extended.
I don't know which one I saw actually. I'd have to go back and find out because I watched it, but I don't know if it's an extended or the original cut. Midsummer way better than Hereditary. I agree, actually. See, I thought people were gonna like hate on me for actually saying that at all, but I actually.
If you wanna watch real horror, right? Doing horror, you watch the Monsters series.
Dun, dun, dun,
I love
dun,
the
dun.
Monsters. I had a real thing for them, especially the grandpa. I loved him.
Oh, you had a thing for the grandpa.
Yeah, I loved him. I just loved him. You know,
So
as a
was it-
kid. No, I
No,
was
so
just
Cat Batesville or Von Carlo? Which one did you go for?
the bottom one.
Von Carlo. Oh, there we go.
I like my women looking a bit blue. You know what I mean?
That can come out super creepy too. The film I'm most looking forward to this year, Ape the Devil, starring David. I like him. He's such a good actor, and I love the fact that he's like so into horror.
Yeah.
I love Candyman. I love the new Candyman film. I thought it was utterly fantastic. I think it's super underrated, and definitely one of the best kind of like sequel reimaginings because it's not a remake. Wow.
What film are you most looking forward to this year? I cannot wait for Late with the Devil starring David Dashamashan.
I always get. I didn't pronounce his last name because I always get it wrong, but he's the guy that like he's you know him as soon as you see him.
I still need to watch The Pope's Exorcist.
So do I actually.
I watched Talk to Me last night, Alex, by the way.
I'm not excited about like Pope's Exorcist. I'm really not. Exorcist Believer, I am excited about. That's what I'm excited about.
That does look like it could actually be good. I've watched that show a few times now.
I guess you like it.
Go on.
I was going to say I like the abrupt ending. I mean, I like where they left it. I get if you didn't, but for me, that was kind of the reasons I liked it.
I still think the song. I still think Candyman should have had the Rocky Horror Show. You know, it's the Candyman, and I did like that.
Do you recommend Talk to Me?
Do I recommend Talk to Me? It's not what you think it is. It's more of an emotional horror. It's got some really good bits in it. But I would say don't have high hopes for it. Don't buy it. Watch it. You know, watch it for free. Because I was going to buy the 4K, wasn't I, with the hand and everything from Umbrella. But I chose not to after watching it. So it would have been it's a great film to watch in the cinema, I'm sure, because nice, short, compact. The ending, however, I really loved.
Here's the thing, Malcolm. Would you recommend that I buy it, considering that I'm probably going to buy Truth or Dare on 4K?
I recommend you buy. I recommend you buy all of them because it's going to have a massive sequel series. They reckon it's going to be like the next Saw, don't they? Talk to me.
No, if
the whole, the franchise, not the actual style, but the franchise.
Here's one that I was not
it's Australian.
on old. I was not super big on old.
You don't like old? Did you feel when you watched it? Did you feel it was getting old?
I literally did. I mean, I felt like they weren't the only ones that felt like they were aging rapidly.
I watched that. I watched that. That was one of the 3 for 30s I got from HBO. I actually really, really liked it.
Did you really? I mean, I didn't. I wish I could say I did on that, but I can't lie.
It reminded me of those old horror stories you'd read. Like the classic ones, where you don't know where you are, you're stuck, and you just slowly deteriorate. I loved the whole they gave birth, had a kid, and all this. I thought that was brilliant.
But didn't you think that maybe it was just a bit too predictable? Like you knew at the beginning exactly where it was going to be by the end of it. And I'll say sometimes, predictable is sometimes good because it goes where it's supposed to go, right? Like things don't always have to be like super twist. But maybe
What was that guy's name? M. Night Shyamalaka. Is that his name?
Shamalama Ding Dong. M. Night Shyamalan. Black Phone.
Black Phone was disappointing.
I like Black Phone. I was disappointed in the fact that I thought it was going to be something that it wasn't. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be better than it was. But the kid actors were fantastic.
Oh, they were definitely, but it just felt a bit. Meh.
I think
I expected more.
There's a sequel or prequel or something coming to that. I heard like they're maybe doing another
Okay.
one.
Is even Hulk in that one?
In the new one coming out,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. Especially if it's a prequel one. I like Split.
Great, there you go. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Watch that for Halloween as one of the days.
That is always watch this for Halloween. It's always one. Split's the second one, right?
You know what? You're right. I am. I'm wearing the one from the old hover block.
Ooh.
Good spot.
Did you used to get Horror Block?
You used to get hover block all the time.
I used to like those.
I used to love it. One came with a Saw figure in it, which was really nice. You know, for Billy and the pig. Lovely.
I remember I used to watch a lot of unboxings of those because I used to want to get them so bad, but I didn't. Old was dry. See, that's what I thought. Old was dry. It was very dry, very brittle.
Jay, you wanted okay, let's get in this. Old was dry, but the key is, do you like it when it's old and wet?
And as we pass on that question, do you have this version of Halloween 2?
I did, because it has the Teddy Owls in it.
Yeah, I actually picked it. I found this at a charity shop in Ontario, and I couldn't believe it. It was like there for $5, and because the Scream Factory edition was out at that point, but it had Terry Nels. I'm like, I got to have this. Now Terry Nels came out on its own, got its own release eventually, but I still kept this one because I was a big fan.
Was it the same quality, or was it actually remastered? Because it wasn't really remastered on this Blu-ray, was it?
No, like this was like pretty standard. Like, but there's two versions like Terry Nels, like extra. There's different alternate scenes. That's what the
oh sure.
Is. But for me, Canadian prices. Well, you remember this Canadian price, like so, like just put it over to what it would be like in all these unboxings of horror boxes. Me too. My favorite horror like box thing was I thought that Full Moon's mystery boxes were incredible. I used to love watching unboxings of those. Those things, like, because you'd see them pick up like sometimes 10 films, like out of a mystery box. That was incredible.
Look what I got. Just what I think about talking about mystery box. I'll show you something. Hold on. Oh, just quickly. Why can't I get it out?
Yes, you said.
All right. Look at this.
Let's put it on the screen. Hold on.
Well, watch it. Watch this. Watch this. Oh no, it's stuck. Like it's supposed to move. But see it?
That's neat, man.
I've got these are the things I've been getting. You know, when doing the walks and stuff.
That was cool.
Yeah, they. I just want to show them because you mentioned the unboxings. I thought I'd just show this quickly because it's in a box and it's technically unboxed.
There you go. We have unboxed something else. Malignant, I think, was a really good film. Had a lot of fun.
You know what? I like that. A lot of people said that was terrible. I loved it.
Well, those people are wrong. Like, I know, like, everybody has their own opinion on stuff.
Thanks, Alex.
Malignant's good. The Purge, the 5-movie collection, so you can get your favorite one, Forever Purge.
Nope, never.
Everybody's favorite horror film, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yep, that's the best one.
E.T. I remember, like, how freaked out I got the first time I saw E.T. I was so scared. I was hiding under my bed. What the hell? What's E.T. doing here, man? Notice one thing, though. We're still seeing movies. Yeah, like, unlike the other sites we went to, we're still seeing more actual films.
Train to Busan. You've not seen that? That's one everybody should watch for Halloween, for sure.
Film. It'll wreck you a bit, but it's a fantastic film.
We're one of the best zombie movies in like the last decade.
But that being said, Malcolm, is there anything scarier than Casper?
Has that got the special? Has that got all the movies on it, or just the one?
It's just the one. 25th anniversary edition.
See, that's why you buy the Blu-ray, because the Blu-ray has a couple more movies on it, the animated ones.
what I want to say is like, remember the one that who was it? Was it Lindsay Lohan or was it with the other girl? No, it's Hilary Duff, right? Did Casper and Wendy? Remember that?
Yeah. What's this? I really need to rewatch Malignant. The fact both of you love it makes me reconsider it for sure.
Yes,
Thanks, Alex.
that's a win. I'll take that as a win.
You should. It's really good. I liked it. When I first put it on, I didn't like it for like the first 20 minutes. And then I really started getting into it. And I went, this is great. This twist and everything.
Oh, Twist is awesome. Annabelle Comes Home, which is cool, but the title sounds like it's a wacky comedy.
The old man Halloween film is The Little Vampire 2000. I agree.
There's a man's here. Chucky sees it. Bloody hell.
The Tank.
I don't know if I've seen The Tank, actually.
They finally released The Witch, didn't they? Part 2. That's finally come out. The Korean film.
I got to watch this. I bought this a while back, actually, but 2 years ago. And I watched the first episode, and I was mad on it, like really mad on Castle Rock. But I heard it gets better.
You got the second season?
No, because I haven't watched the first season yet. I'll eventually watch the second season. Here's a good one. Here's a fun one, guys. Strangers Prey at Night. It's a throwback to 80s like slasher horror. If you go in like same with Halloween Ends. If you go in expecting like, okay, this is like continuation of The Strangers, you might be a little bit let down. But if you go in thinking, okay, this is going to be kind of like a real like tribute to 80s horror, like slasher horror, you're going to love it.
I'll be honest with you. I hated the original one.
Did you really?
This one I thought had a little bit more going on with it, but it was silly with the whole "oh, he's on fire, but he's still alive" and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, they made
the bit in the bathroom where she's like, "Get out," and then she just lets them butcher her was a bit silly as well. But other than that, it was okay.
Especially with Christine Hendricks, I mean,
the most hottest woman alive.
I keep waiting. Like they said, oh, Christine Hendricks is going to be in The Stranger. I said, well, maybe there's a chance. Like it's a horror film. Maybe there's a nudity chance.
You know what I want? I'll tell you what I wanted to be. I wanted to be in Bad Santa 2, and I wanted her to call me so I could wreck her for a month, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you have this horror pack right here?
No, I don't have the horror pack, but I have the titles in it.
I actually still have that one. Like I got the 4 titles in other ways, but I still have them right.
Oh, one for you, Alex. Scooby-Doo Shaggy Showdown.
I think we have this one. We might better have some massive Scooby-Doo fans. So we got like a ton of Scooby-Doo stuff. Child's Play. What's your favorite sequel?
My favorite sequel would have to be number 3.
You're joking.
No, I love number 3.
For real? Like an else? Like
yeah, that's the one where he's in the army, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
See, that's my least favorite. Part 2. Part 2 is my favorite sequel.
At the end where he becomes like nothing.
Like I like the girl, like the teenage ones.
I've noticed that's what it's like for you. If you like the girl, it goes up a little bit more.
Well, they got like a good chemistry. Like they have a nice chemistry. Like the mom's not in it anymore, so she really takes on kind of that role, and there's a threat to it. Like I didn't feel the threat in part 3. Like they could have killed that annoying little brat. Like in part 3,
the Milk Creek double sets were great.
I love them. I used to love those, man.
I rewatched Child's Play 3. I also experienced an uptick in enjoyment of the film. I watched Child's Play 2, and now it's down to a 2 out of 10 for me. See? Entertainment hell knows where it all is.
2 out of 10. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you guys like do not have the palette of horror taste that I do. Cult of Chucky. What's your thoughts?
What number was that? Just so I know.
That is the last.
That's the last one, right?
Yeah. In this,
it was all right. I liked it. I thought it wasn't as good as the others. The problem with these movies now is they kind of feel like they're trying to put too much twists and too much depth into what's going on instead of the old movies. I think it kind of holds them back a little bit. But yeah, it's fun. I liked it.
It was one of the more fun ones. And the scene, I think, was one of my favorite scenes in any Chucky. Like, Chucky film, it has to be the scene with the psychiatrist,
Oh
and
yeah.
because he has her like hypnotized, and he's gonna like do some horrible stuff to her, and Chucky's like, "Yeah, you see, you're more evil than I." It is. It
I won't
is.
lie. There's something awesome about these ones with Fiona Dorothy with her own father, which make them a little bit more fun. You know, from a modern point of view.
I mean, like, I think Cult has some of the best like little kind of like character moments. And
Yeah.
that's the thing when the guy that like actually did the series came back and he was able to do Curse, which I think was a nice gothic horror style, gets back to the old school. Curse makes Chucky scary.
Yeah.
Which he hasn't been for a long time. He's been like he's gone to Freddy Krueger, let's do a whole bunch of like catchphrases type of thing. But then Cult goes in a weird direction. And basically he's got a whole bunch of like, but the brilliant casting is having Fiona Dorff.
Yes.
Because when we get to the ending of Cult, right? And you get that like little twist at the end where,
Yeah.
you know, it's so brilliant.
Yep.
You know, who better to do like Chucky?
I love the way I love the way she can mimic her father completely.
That's the thing. Like she's a great actress, and like
And she's even got his face. She's even got his face, but in the female version.
yeah, she's like the Angela Pleasance of modern day.
Yeah.
See, look right here. See, this it costs what's like 40 pounds, something like that, 30 pounds, whatever. Look what it is here, $74. This is one, and it's on sale. That's Canadian price.
Rip off.
We get screwed over, man. I told you we screwed over.
There's the third purge. Burn it.
Is this a burn with fire thing for you, Malcolm?
Yes, I really didn't like it.
And look, here we go. Okay, Chucky 3 movies, not even the full series, right? I told you when we got to here. Look at this. 3 Chucky movies, $14.99. Did we not see in both the American and the UK one? All of them. Like even though it was just DVD for like $17, $14, right?
It's not good.
$14 for the 3 of them, right here.
Not good. I'm loving all the Scooby-Doo on the Canadian site.
Scooby-Doo is massive. Scooby-Doo's massive in Canada. It really is.
Hey, everybody right now, go on Amazon Canada and buy Curious George a Halloween Boo Fest.
Curious George.
You won't go. You will not regret it. It's one of the most horrifying and scariest things I've ever seen.
George was curious. I love Curious George. My kids, well, my oldest, we watched the Curious George, and that's what I'd always remember. Like George was curious would be like the kind of catchphrase, and I'd be like, "What's a psycho George? Like a crazy George? Like George gets rabies or something."
Oh,
Peninsula.
I didn't mind Peninsula so much, but it wasn't as good as Train Busan.
It's hard. Like here's the thing, though. It's once you've like set that bar, it's hard to like bypass it.
Yeah, that's true. I think the problem with Peninsula was it was too action-packed.
I'd agree with that, actually. I would totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Come
Come
play.
play.
Scooby-Doo 13 Spooky Tales.
Who doesn't like a good game of Snatch? Us.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen this one. I think I have, but I don't remember it. Like I kind of remember this,
Yeah.
but only like it could have been that good if I don't if I don't remember it very well. Yes, what's scarier than Harry Potter? The author. Anytime the author is gonna say something
Oh dear. That
problematic.
Blue Mass collection's not good. That's a good collection, that Blue Mass one.
Yeah, it's $51 though. At least I'll tell you one thing. It's better than $1,500. Better than $1,500. What the hell? We talked about it last night, guys.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was insane. I actually didn't mind Banana Split. So no, it's not. It's not high art or anything. But I actually got a kick out of it.
I'm gonna quote Brendan Mitchell here. The Turning, right? He went and saw that in the cinema. It come out, and he went, "I just got done watching The Turning, and I should have turned my butt all the way back home because this film wasted my mother time."
Did you feel that way about The Turning?
No, he did.
I don't know if I've seen. I don't remember The Turning. I don't remember it all. Might be great.
Oh,
But I did like. Did you like the Banana Splits movie? Did you like this?
I did like Banana Splits.
Anatomy
It's
and Anatomy
brilliant.
2 needs a new release. Thank you, Alex. I have the double feature here. Actually, I got a 4-pack for Anatomy and Anatomy 2. I had Anatomy 2, and I actually didn't buy it for Anatomy and Anatomy 2, which are great films, by the way. I bought it because they had a horrible film on there, the remake of April Fool's Day. But I needed,
Oh,
I was going through, I was doing some videos at the time, original versus remake. And I didn't keep up doing the videos. Really wish I had. So I bought that because I wanted to do like the April Fool's Day original 86 one versus April Fool's Day, the modern one. And I gotta, maybe I'll do, if I can find that one, I would love to get into that and actually go read those. Do that
I have to be honest. I've got this with Anatomy. I'm actually surprised someone like Second Sight hasn't released them, because to me, the first one's a masterpiece. The second one is really good. It just doesn't hit the stride of the first one.
No, it's hard to hit that. But
has anybody seen the sequel series, Grey's Anatomy?
That's scary because it never ends. Like, if you think like
yes, it never ends.
Trying to kill Jason in a Friday the 13th movie is hard. Try to kill Grey's Anatomy. Man, that show, is that ever going to end? Is that ever?
Well, you know what? She's left, isn't she? Ellen Pompeo has left.
Yes, but
and they're still doing the show. And it's called Grey's Anatomy. How can you do that without the main star? But yeah, Anatomy is brilliant. That's one of the best ones.
Let me check here for a second. I thought I had.
And the Mill Creek one isn't that good to look at either, so it really needs it. Yeah, I could see that, Alex. I wish they would. I mean, now they're releasing things like Push and that would be pretty good. But I've got to be honest, I'd love a good media book. You know, I will get the Laid to Rest media book with the nudity cover.
What would you put as a bonus for Anatomy? Like, so they put a hand on for Talk to Me. So what did you do for Anatomy?
A scalpel.
Yeah. Look,
a scalpel and an injection.
I can't believe that.
And maybe a thing that brings you back to life.
Curious George Spooky Fun is the final one. It's spooky fun. But here's the killer part about this. Like, I'm going to go back here because there's something I want to say.
All right.
I want to see if I'm correct on this. So we looked at 5 pages, like horror films, right? And I'm willing to bet that if we look down here, we're still going to see more horror releases if we look through here, as opposed to some of the other.
Are those Mandalorians actually going to be released over in the UK? Because I don't see any of them over here for pre-order.
It looks like you've become Australia. They're expensive, though, man. $74. I kind of want them, though. I really do.
I want them. My wife said I could buy them all if they were released.
No, they're released. So.
Yeah, but she don't want me getting import fakes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know what show people should watch is that Harley Quinn series.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, I'm surprised how good that actually is.
I can't believe that they didn't like let Batman do the Catwoman thing.
One of my favorite things ever is in one of the movies where Harley Quinn kidnaps Nightwing and then she sleeps with him.
Harley Quinn should be with Poison Ivy's Harley Quinn's.
My favorite scene involves Harley Quinn and Ron Jeremy in one of those parodies.
Oh, that's a horrifying thing. Don't wish that on Harley Quinn. I like Harley Quinn.
He's dressed as the Penguin,
which is the only character you can see around Jeremy playing it.
Well, you can't see him ever playing Batman.
I tried, but no, not even around Jeremy in his peak, which is Still creepy, Ron Jeremy. Like, was Ron Jeremy ever not creepy?
No.
No,
He
like,
always looked like it. He always looked like it, didn't he?
yeah, there's certain people when you look when they say like, there's always people like when you're shocked, right? Like, I can't believe like this person. And then there's people where you're like I told it, like Harvey Weinstein. Like literally, if somebody told me, like, draw somebody that's so really creepy,
Yeah.
like I would probably like what they would look like. Literally, Harvey Weinstein. Literally.
Here's a list, right? Harvey Weinstein, Ron Jeremy, all
Pick
right,
yourself.
David Carradine, and Alex.
I don't think I like that one. Bale's announced that Batman 20 years ago today. Where's it
Bloody
from?
hell, that's so long ago.
My least favorite Batman. In
Oh,
some
Batman, and I've got diarrhea on the toilet. That's what he reminded me of.
Batman.
The best Batman of all time, and I'm going to stick with it,
Yeah.
is Adam West. Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love a Batman that does that?
I love Adam West. I have no bones about loving Adam West. Of course, I grew up Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was my Batman. But
Michael Keaton is the best Dark Batman, I believe.
I know.
know.
I will say I did mind Val Kilmer. I thought he did a good job as coming in, like in a movie that was okay, whose worst part is Tommy Lee Jones. Like, what the hell is Tommy Lee Jones doing? And poor, like, George Clooney, who literally looks like Batman. Like, he looks at that point, he's like, oh wow, George Clooney's going to be Batman, and everybody's like, I totally see that because he kind of looks like Batman.
Was that the one with the bat nipples?
Well, yeah, but Batman was in part 3 too, Batman Forever, but it was like really pronounced in part 4. That being said, what a freaking gorgeous film Batman and Robin is. Like, not a good film, but man, does that movie look good.
I don't agree with that. Come on, doesn't blow away Clooney. Clooney's better looking. The only good thing about Batman Forever was Nicole Kidman.
No. You had Jim Carrey, who did a good job as the Riddler. Like,
Perfect role for him, but I do believe that Robin Williams would have been better.
It'd be different. I mean, like, yes, acting wise, would definitely have been better. Would have been darker. Would definitely been darker. Like, people always go to these Joel Schumacher films, like, oh my god, look how cheesy and how like childlike. Joel Schumacher doesn't know how to make a dark film. Like, bitch, Joel Schumacher made 8mm. Flatliners.
Which is one of the best dark films ever.
Yeah, he knows how to make a dark film. It's just that's not what he was hired for. It's not that he can't do it. It was that he wasn't allowed to do it. He was there to make, will you please make us 2 movies that can sell toys? That's what he said to me.
I want them to do a full-on 4K of Batman and Robin inside Batgirl.
What's that? Alicia Silverstone, right? Is Batgirl.
Yeah.
I like that.
8mm 2 wasn't that great.
8mm 2 is like a totally different film. It's like it has the guy that's like the king of the remake sequels. Because he's the same guy from Prom Night that we did the Prom Night remake. He's the same guy for Roadhouse 2, same actor, and all 3 of those there. But I liked 8mm. 8mm is a spiritual successor to hardcore for me.
Yeah.
Like if you
Did you say hardcore?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
If you like,
Hardcore is a brilliant film. Hardcore is one of those. I think the problem with Hardcore and 8mm for some people, and this isn't putting them down, it's one of those films you have to really get into, otherwise you're not going to enjoy it, because it's the darkness has to get into your mind. You have to feel that, that grim kind of horrible feeling to really fully appreciate those movies, and they can really mess you up.
They can, like, you literally want to take a shower after you watch.
Yeah.
I don't see. I totally disagree. George Clooney is definitely not himself in every movie. Here's the thing though: when you're a good enough actor to make it look like you're playing yourself, then You're doing a good job.
Oh, it's like Nicolas Cage then.
Oh yeah, like but Nicolas Cage.
And Robert De Niro nowadays.
Well,
They're
for
just
some
too
time, like,
good.
no, I do think that like Clooney is like is definitely like a good like Clooney's been different and like in different films. We've seen him and he does play the affable type character. He does kind of do that, but he can do different things. I just think that if you do well with something, and I've always hated like where people are like, oh, this actor does plays this role out. Why they got to really just kind of stretch their wings. Here's the thing: if you're playing a character in a type role and it works for you, I never once did I watch a James Cagney movie and think, man, if James Cagney wasn't playing a gangster in this movie, I think I think James Cagney really needs to prove his acting to me. He's got to play. He's got to do something else. No, I was most happy watching James Cagney or Humphrey Bogart when they're playing their gangster roles. So that
I love James Cagney when he was playing what he really was, and that's the dancer.
Oh, those are fun. Like those are ones I like because that's Yankee to a Dandy and stuff like that. But I mean, like, but he just does a great job. That like John Wayne. John Wayne does best when he's playing in the westerns. That's what he does.
Well, howdy, ma'am. I don't know what's going on in here, but your cattle outside have just been taken advantage of, and I'm gonna stop them from committing these horrible crimes.
That's the worst John Wayne. Like I thought I had that. But actually, my John
You can
Wayne.
just call me the Duke. And my voice makes you want to puke.
Clooney's so good. Clooney's so good in From Dusk Till Dawn. And what's really good in From Dusk Till Dawn doesn't get credit? Tarantino. Tarantino's freaking amazing in From Dusk Till Dawn.
I love how Swayze is in that.
He is so good in that role, and he owns that role. There's this sequences like where he like imagines her saying things that she's not saying, and I'm talking about right that scene. And it's just such a scary character. Like he's a scary character, and people like kind of like bypass because there's vampires in the movie and there's all this other stuff. It does like a 180 twist around halfway through.
You know what my favorite George Clooney movie is? Out of Sight.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah,
I've always loved that film.
I like the Ocean's 11 films. I think it is.
Really Three Kings. I like Three Kings as well.
Three Kings is good. I like Three Kings.
Peacemaker's not bad.
But yeah.
The Ocean's films are pretty decent. I don't think they're the best, but I think they're best for what they are.
I think they're fun.
You know what I mean?
Like they are like just fun films. Those Ocean films are a bunch of guys making movies together that are friends that want to make some movies together.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them fun.
I was thinking about making a film recently. I was thinking about going out, getting a camera, making a film. I'm going to try and get a couple of people interested in it, and I'm going to try and make a film for my channel.
There you go.
Intolerable Quarry is good, and Zeta Jones is hot. She's the hottest in Entrapment. That bum sticking up. Do you know how many times I was like, do you know what? True story, guys. Yeah, Aaron's not going to like this because he doesn't want me talking about this because this is Patreon, but I'm going to say it. When I was a kid, I was at my grandmother's, right? And I'm sitting on the floor. Catherine Zeta-Jones does the bum bit. And as she goes up, my lower area goes up, right? And I kid you not, that night, I was standing at my grandma's and she had to clean the sheets the next day.
Malcolm. With that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe, super chat, and super sticker, because that's what keeps this channel keeping going.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't blame him like George Clooney on Tomorrowland.
Has television announced the thing yet?
I don't
mean like announced the thing.
I don't think we're going to get an announcement today. Like, I think we would have got it yesterday. We had like a thing yesterday.
That's weird. Because he said that, because Brad said it was almost every week, didn't he? So every week we're going to have some sort of announcement.
Yeah. Well, I think, the thing is that too, like sometimes what we're going to get is we're going to get like, we're going to have some weeks where maybe they can't.
Hmm. Maybe some things are pushed back. I don't know. I've got some graphic novels coming today, so I don't know if you want to show them off a bit later.
I do like it. Definitely, if we're here doing it. Uh, I was going to show off some stuff here, like just some regular things that people could get for Halloween for watching
Sure.
type of stuff. And that's the
I can understand you saying Clooney is bland, especially nowadays. You know, I do like his films, but I do see it. It's not like he's one of my favourite actors. You know, one of my favourite actors is Warwick Davis. I love him. I think he should have been in more movies to us. I mean, like really good movies, not just movies like Willow and, you know. You don't know. When you say Affleck, you mean Casey Affleck or Ben Affleck? Matt Damon's a phenomenal actor. He just ends up in all these not so good films.
I think I bet like Ben Affleck too. I think he definitely does some great stuff. So, not boutique labels, but here's films like easy way to get through Halloween stuff. We'll start off with the super cheesy franchise that usually able to find some for fairly cheap. Speaking of,
A friend in need is a friend with weed.
And it even has every Malcolm's favorite, Leprechaun Origins.
Oh, God.
That is
And that the one with Hornswoggle in it.
Yep, you wouldn't know it because the makeup they got put on him, but yeah, it is Hornswoggle. And it has every one of them on there, so it's a great little one. This is usually fairly cheap to buy, by the way, guys. The original 4 Scream films. This particular set here came with, because there was 2 versions of it, comes with 2 documentaries, Still Screaming and Scream: The Inside Story, which is a lot of fun to watch. I watch the Scream franchise probably around twice a year. And
I like those documentaries.
And one of my new favorites that I revisit a lot, and I say, in all honesty, as like, you know, when I wanted to be an actor, when that was kind of my thing. I love Pearl.
Oh, you know, I need to pick that up. They've got an HMV in the 2 for 22. I almost picked that up with Infinity Pool.
I was in Walmart, and when I was in Canada, and so they had Pearl there on DVD, right, for $15,
Yeah.
and the Blu-ray was $10.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so it's like I'm totally grabbing that. Not a lot of bonus features on here or anything, but such a good film, such an amazing.
Alex asks, have you seen the new Walmart exclusive steel books for Leprechaun, Saw collection, etc.? I like the look of them. They do look good.
They do. I mean, like
I saw them in an update video. I
don't know. They'd have to be fairly cheap for me to buy them again because, you know, I got this for like really cheap. I used to love when the Halloween sales would come on, and even though you've seen some like higher prices there, we did like get some really good Halloween sales in Canada.
Nice. I think those steelbooks are nice. I do like the sleeves as well. You know, the glow in the dark ones they do.
They mean like the. Do I have it here?
Yeah.
Well, I had like a what do you call it? The one with one of the Malcolm's favorites right there.
I do. I love that. It's got one of the hottest women ever in it.
Which one?
The one who was in Saved by the Bell, the new class.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. The amount of times in 2001 I said, who likes it?
I'm actually going to rewatch that today, I think.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
I love the ending of that film so much.
Do you know, I'm going to show you another couple kind of fun little films.
All right.
I love this cover, by the way.
Oh, that's lovely cover.
So this is MVD Visual. Unearthed, I think, did it. I don't have many of those things. So this is the original artwork right there on the inside. And I like to show these off every once in a while. Totally flexing. No, I just love the sets. It's Jack the Prince of Darkness by Millennium.
Yeah, the original releases, right, with the slips.
Yeah, and the art cards on the inside. And Frankenstein Created Woman. So they were going to initially do like a whole series of these, but then another company bought it Millennium.
Yeah.
And they were canceled, which was a shame.
Oh, that sucks. The set's good as well. Maxine brings back the nudity.
Incredibly good stuff.
I would love for more nudity in films.
Maxine will definitely,
nudity.
but that's kind of what Maxine went for. Like obviously X had that in there. But
did you like that? Did you like all the action in X with the not with Brittany Snow, but the one who, the older woman getting it on? I like that. I thought it was quite nice and scary. The way she was like all over in the bed.
Oh, Mia Goth's character.
Yeah, because she played the older character as well, didn't she?
Yeah, like she was Pearl. She plays Pearl, like the old lady Pearl, and she plays the young character Maxine. Yeah, she's really good in that film. Like everybody's really good. That is like what's really great about that film is it like subverts expectations. In that all of a sudden you're looking at okay, here it is. We got you got like characters that could be just tropes, but they're not tropes, and they could be dicks. Like everybody, like okay, these in horror movies, you got a lot of characters. Okay, want to see them die, but nobody in X is a character you want to see die because they're all actually fairly nice people.
Well, even Brittany Snow's character.
Yeah, even definitely Brittany Snow's character. Like because you go in looking at her like she's going to be, she's the she's going to be the bitch character type thing. It's going to be slight, but there's a bit more to her than that.
Her death's the best.
I think the best death is 100% the last death. I just love the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's quite good, actually.
That's we're still like every once in a while there'll be somebody like I'll post it on like on Facebook and stuff. Like if they feel like a little bit of like a little shaking at all. Like, oh, did you feel that? Hear that? Like that, was there a little tiny bit of like was there some shaking? Was a little bit of a tremor? Was that type of thing?
Yeah.
And I'm all about like, in all honesty, unless it's like, something like serious, truly shag off. Because a lot of people like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to like be posting like I haven't had bad enough time like right now. Like like it was kind of rough.
Yeah.
So like that'll come on and be like, oh, did you? Hey, I think I felt a little bit of a tremor type thing. I felt a little bit of heard a truck, felt a little bit of shaking type thing. And I'm like, shut the hell up. Like and I don't need to be freaked out.
Maybe a truck just went by and they felt it. It's a bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and everything, and even if there is like little ones, then there is. Then that's that happens. But every time that you hear it, or you don't need to like that does not need to be a social media post.
I remember years ago when I was in America, we had a massive storm, right? And trees fell down, cars got crushed with people, and you name it, right?
Yeah.
I ran to my neighbours in this, and I said, "Are you okay?" Right? My neighbours stood there, and they'd always stand at me, going, "Why are you wearing shorts and a summer shirt in this rain?" And I was like, "So I want to make sure you're okay." Trees were flying across the street. It was the worst storm I'd ever seen. you know, and it was scary, you know. So I can understand the feeling that you'd be feeling about the, you know, thing. And what about the Hong Kong flood straight after as well?
It's like a crazy time right now, or with this type of stuff. Anybody that wants to look and say, well, I guess global warming and all that's like totally made up. Screw off. I'm sorry. This stuff that we're going through, like in Canada, and the forest fires and the flash fires and the floods and the earthquakes, and you still want to get there? You want to do your own research?
Yeah.
No. Like no. You know what? You know who's doing your research? Friggin' scientists have been doing research for a long time. Science doesn't give a crap if you feel like you want to do your own research now. They don't care, because you know what? That's not the way science works. It's not, it's not
I'm
like
just glad.
it's not objective. It's not like, hey, I like American Horror Story season 1. Somebody doesn't like American Horror Story season 1. That's fantastic. Everybody can have their own opinion.
When it
Science
comes
says,
to global warming, there was only one, isn't there? Really. You know, I'm glad over here they're finally getting rid of those bloody vape pens. Right, you know,
you're not a
I
vapor.
can't believe. No, I'm not a vapor. I tried it and I ate it, but the fact that they sell them in pharmacies is ridiculous when there's obvious views of health problems, possibly. You know.
See, I'm not a smoker. I've never been a smoker. It's never been a thing for me. So that was never like I tried, like to be cool when I went to college, right?
Yeah.
I remember going to college. This was my first day, right? So first thing I do is I go to get a pack of cigarettes because I'm in college now. I'm a college guy. I gotta get me
Yeah,
cigarettes.
hey baby, do you wanna smoke? Yeah. I'll have a smoke. Yeah, I ain't got a cigarette for you, darling, but you can smoke something else for me. Come here. It works.
But here's the thing. I was like smoking. I'm like, hey, look how cool I look. Not inhaling at all, because no, it was not a thing. I wasn't liking it. I was not inhaling sick. Like I was just going right back out. I was such a phony smoker. I was not a smoker guy. It was never a thing for me.
Everybody knows if you're pretending to smoke, what you do, right, is you get a bit of smoke in your mouth, right, and when a girl comes over, you go open your mouth, right, and you go right into it. That turns every girl on who's a smoker.
Oh yeah, totally. I remember
But I've never smoked, so
doing the O's, like doing the practicing to do the So
but could you ever do the ship?
I could barely. I didn't inhale. Do you think? Yeah, no, I was not a smoker. I was never like a smoker type person.
I knew a woman for years who told me she had such a bad gag reflex that she couldn't even brush her teeth. How about that?
That's gotta be rough.
Yeah. I think to myself, well, where's it go? This is terrifying. We need to get a movie. And we're going to make a movie called The Cigarette Killer, because they can't buy cigarettes for good prices.
I mean, for me right now,
it's not even 12. It's not even 12 cigarettes anymore. It's like, I think 10 over here, or 8 or something.
I was at a cafe, and there's this couple, and they had like cigarettes, but they're like really tiny, like.
Oh yeah. Are they roll-ups?
No, they're actual like in a pack, but they're like really tiny, really thin. I think they're they're French cigarettes. But I hadn't seen them like before, like outside of movies. I'm like, okay, and the first one, is that a candy cigarette? Like, no. He's like, no, that's a real cigarette. It's just they're French. So I'm like, okay, I guess you have like really tiny cigarettes over there.
It's a cigarette smoker.
I'm thinking one other thing. I'm going to show another thing before we went off, and I totally can't find what I'm looking for. So, by the way, that's why this chat has gotten so stunted. Because I'm trying.
Oh, stunted! That's not nice, is it?
We did like
I
totally did, because like I'm thinking like, because I'm distracted, and I know I'm not on my A game, because I'm like, oh, in the back of my mind I'm like, okay, I'm trying to find this thing.
Take care, Indy.
Oh, Indy, thank you so much for coming in, man. I guess that being said, since I can't find what I'm looking for,
What are you looking for?
I don't know. I mean, like I had in my head, ever have like, like, okay, I'm going to get that. I want to show this. And then, like totally blanks on me. And I hate that. Like it really it distracts me in a couple ways. I always hate when I forget something because, well, for different reasons. For one, a couple years back, my grandmother passed away, and she passed away. She had dementia. And and so nowadays, because of that, I think anytime I forget something momentarily or anything like that, it utterly terrifies me.
Of course,
really.
yeah.
Yeah. But and then I get distracted, and then I get like kind of on like the whole.
My great grandmother had dementia, and it got pretty bad. So I know for years my grandma and my mum, they worried about it. So it's definitely scary.
It's like, because that's the thing for me. Like for me specifically, I'll be honest. Like here it is, like guys, like this weird movie knowledge, fact stuff, whatever. It's part of me. It's like part of them. It's part of my DNA. I have no idea like why certain things stick in my head.
It's your living embodiment on this world.
Yeah, and it scares the hell out of me that like something like that could like just slowly slip away. That I'm not gonna remember. But I know it was. I wanted to show snaps.
Like call me George.
Like Connie George. Actually, that's what I was reading.
Twice.
Oh, exactly what I did that. Aha. And remember.
Hey. This is the bit where Aaron shows us. We're just like, hey, all that build up.
Synapse. I'm going to show off some Synapse stuff that I think people should have.
Just so you remind me, oldies have a sale in a minute. Blu-rays at $5.
Ooh. Absolute best version of Promenade out there.
That's not true, actually. The best version is the 101 Films one because it's got an extra thing on it.
What's the extra thing though?
I can't remember, but I had both copies and I threw that one away.
The extra thing. You don't know what it is.
I think it's an extra documentary thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's check it out in a minute. Let's see if it's that extra. But before this edition of Prominent came out, like any like version of Prominent was pretty muddy at the time.
Synapse.
So Suspiria.
That's a lovely cover.
I love this cover actually. I know there's a 4K out there, and I would like to eventually have the 4K.
It's a bit of a more bland cover though, the 4K one, if you ask me.
It is, but this is just like I actually do like. I think it's got a great transfer, and I don't know if I need to upgrade it really quickly.
Popcorn. Now, you know what? I watched that. I really didn't like it the first time, but when I was in a different mood, I really started to like it.
What's really interesting to watch? Did you watch the special features?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's where it gets fascinating. The movie's good.
Storyboard,
features beyond are great.
It's a lot like that Zombie Girl documentary, on the Pathogen movie.
Yeah, exactly.
The documentary is so much better. Curtains.
I love
That's one thing I always check when I meet a woman. I always check to see if her curtains are all right.
There's one for you. I put this one
Yeah,
specifically for you.
That's actually in the sale. That's like $8.
Do you have this one?
No.
Oh, really? Are you serious? It's Jim Wynorski. Yeah. When Jim Wynorski was doing his type of films with Julie Strain and Linda Blair and Rochelle Swanson.
Ooh.
So you want to see
women.
You want to see a movie with we want a lot of nudity. We want a lot of nudity. Welcome.
A lot of good nudity too.
Oh, high quality.
I know Alex's favourite nude scene with Linda Blair is there in the bathtub in Savage Straits.
Well, nobody expected. That's the one thing you're like, oh, we don't expect to see Linda Blair. like getting down, getting naked.
I wish I could have got down and naked with her back then.
Linda Blair. I love Linda Blair. I have a massive crush on Linda Blair.
She's very beautiful.
And of course, it's not quite a horror film, but I do love this movie.
You know what? I got the steelbook of that one.
It's a good film. I mean, like, I'll be honest. I don't think it quite lived up to the hype in my head that from when I watched it, when I remembered it.
Yeah.
Because in my head, like, this was way more action filled and way more intense than it actually was when I watched it again. It was much.
Yeah, because you get that cult classic feeling from it when you think about it.
Yeah. Again, you
And
got all
they
these actors and stuff.
Yeah. I guess you still didn't get the steelbook edition.
Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't now because, like, as much as I like it, I didn't like it. I would have been a bit more, like, mad if I bought like an even more kind of a pricey version of it. But there you go. That's my synapse thing, and that, my friends, is our video.
Hey, what's this?
Between
I like the one partial nude scene he filmed in Ghoulies 4. Not sure if that was Peter Lippis turned around. Could have been a stand-in body double in my estimation. I reckon it was a stand-in body double.
you pretend it's really him. There you go. Say that's what everybody pretends when they're watching, like, Laurie Gempsters and those big scenes from the Emmanuel films. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming in. I want to thank you for Malcolm George.
Oh no!
I had to.
No, I'm going to start calling George Montwin at this rate.
That's it. You're going to start calling me, like you start calling me by that. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming in. It has been a wonderful day, and hopefully it'll stick like this and be like a really nice evening. I do apologize. I normally would be doing the Terror Vision Tuesday. Terror Vision, I keep looking back on here just to see maybe they're going to announce something. There has been no thing for an announcement. Hopefully, maybe it's going for next week, and they're going to, like, just to bypass it. So if there's a Terror Vision Tuesday, if we don't get to announce it today, we'll probably do it tomorrow. But I'm just going to look on Twitter just to see, because I'm not seeing anything on. Ooh. Sorry. I just saw a tweet, Darcy the Mail Girl tweet, and yeah, I'm gonna check
I
out.
see the mail girl tweet.
Oh,
quick! I gotta look.
yes, you do. Because she shows off a really nice necklace. One thing that is interesting that's coming out, but I will mention just before we go, is Kino Lorber is playing Emerald Forest.
Oh, nice.
I like John Borman, and it's actually a decent film. Did you see the tweet?
No, not yet. Because I'm not a member of Twitter.
You are a smart person, my friend.
Never liked Twitter that much, to be honest. I just thought it's a bit,
Oh, it's gotten a lot worse. It's gotten a lot worse. All right, guys. With that being said, thank you so much for joining us today. We should be back here hopefully tomorrow, maybe.
Hopefully,
depending on what comes up. But it's been fun to, like, do these kind of like free fun videos.
I can show my graphic novels off tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. We'll have graphic novels to show off. Some unique stuff. And I will be to show off. I don't know how good I look in this hat. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Take care, guys.